Can you hear us now? Oh, wow. This has been a good intro so far. That has been a good intro. Yeah. So you just couldn't hear anything. Me just standing sitting like this. Xenia holding the mic turned around. Couldn't hear a sound. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
okay, much
we made
better.
such a great show for touring Tastebuds, who is already in the stream. I think we got all the kinks worked out tonight, guys. Before you get
Well,
on.
hope it's the last one. So
Oh my god.
okay, so we'll just start over.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna address. Okay. Well, so you say hi, and then I'll say that. So.
Okay, so hi and welcome to our Saturday night live stream, all transparent and honest, live with Puša Studios, directly as we are in live and on stream.
Yeah.
That's who we are, and welcome for coming in.
And anybody here who's joining in for the first time, it does get better. Our intros are our worst foot forward is the first 5 minutes. After that, we're like smoking.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know, by the way.
Yes.
We were acknowledging while you didn't hear, Rob,
Yeah.
your information. Thank you so much. And yeah, we noticed that yesterday because it cut off part of our live stream.
Yeah.
But the main thing, we're trying to get our guests in the first part of our live stream. And we're going to try more and more condense it to the first hour of our live stream. So hopefully it's not going to affect us too much. And you want to be here for Adult Swim part of Puša Studios. You don't want to watch it afterwards. So hopefully it's not going to affect us too much.
So let's go through here. Miss Kathy and Jesse, my husband is watching for the first time. Welcome so much. We know Jesse and we know you, Kathy. Can you give us a first name so we can acknowledge directly?
Yeah, and Miss Kathy and Jesse is going to be on right in a week.
Yep, that's
Next
right.
Saturday, Miss Kathy is going to be
she's trying to convince him to come on with her. That would be amazing.
Yes, Saturday we're going to have an all family show next Saturday with Cassie, Jesse, and hopefully her husband.
How amazing is that?
Yes, let's hope that we can convince him. That's right. That's right.
Beer Belly Travelers, so great to have you here with us tonight. I know sometimes it's hard to make live streams. It's so great to have. They're one of the first channels that we really connected with, if I remember right. There was like Kathy, Beer Belly Travelers, a couple of them. So it's always good to have you guys here. Dana takes great. He has his own channel. I don't know if I ever showed it to you yet.
No,
he said it to me. Yeah, no, he does drone footage and stuff like that.
Drones,
really nice. Art geek design. I know I'm always going to throw Greek in there. Welcome. So glad to have you here. We just connected today on the live stream. So good.
It's good to see some new faces along our regular viewers of our live stream.
And sometimes if I refer to you as a new one and you say, no, we actually connected 2 weeks ago, it's because Xenia sometimes is on, sometimes I'm on, and we don't always get to compare notes. So it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
It's just the way we do things. Sometimes it's hard to follow what each one likes. We both like in the end. I mean, we have very similar tastes, so
yes,
that's not a problem.
And right now I'm just pushing enter button for tweeting out our stream, and I hope that you do too. Tweet that out, and the more the merrier.
Look at the names in here. Look at Biker Bushcraft, Philip Cockrow. Philip, I hope everything is good. Last time you had to leave us. If you can't go into details, that's all good, but just hope that everything is fine. Yeah, we were thinking about you.
Exactly. We were.
So... Oh my God, Vern Vlogs is here. AKA Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince.
Uncle Phil is in the studio.
Somebody said today in the I'm a Creator stream that he looks like Uncle Phil, and I said that was funny because it was me and best friend in your thread. We were on Angel... I always come to Angel Dominique's channel. I told her she looks like the original Aunt Viv. So
yeah, Adventure Ranch is in, some new faces.
Yes, welcome.
ATGH Travels as well. Biker Bushcraft we had on Thursday. You got to watch that stream. That was amazing.
Bottle caps with these 3 dots. Always great to have you. A man full of words.
Rocknex is starting to be our regular as well. Very nice to see you. But
another channel we had from the beginning. Brockness.
Right. Best friend in your thread.
Oh, that's right. The three dots. Yes, bottle caps and you from the beginning. I know what he means now because I didn't acknowledge him when I said probably from the beginning. So yes, definitely bottle caps. You were there right from the get go as well.
Best friend in your thread is in Stephanie. Hi.
Oh, there we go.
Bobby 818. Please keep child friendly content.
In case our 10-year-old mod is here, especially.
He is, and Mr. Trainman is in
Is
our
he?
mod.
We were talking about you last night.
Yes, we were talking about you and showing your channel. So hopefully you get some numbers up.
We're always pushing for you, buddy.
This natural journey. Susie is in. We had a fun time yesterday night, didn't we? Too bad it's not recorded. Or maybe it's good. Yeah. T-Throg is in. Railroad Expert is in. Mark Ballantyne. Kahimini is in. D. Greeley is in. Oh my God.
D. Greeley, I'll just tell you a quick story. If you look at his picture, he has a headstock of a guitar and it ends up as Hagstrom. And that was a name that was big in the 60s and that was made in Sweden. It was stopped in the early 80s. And I worked for a music company and my boss's dream his whole life was to bring that line back. So I go on his channel and I'm looking and he is doing a review of one of their acoustic guitars. And I told him that to look inside the song hole and you'll see the badge with Hagstrom and what's written. It was actually me that designed it because I was part of the team that helped bring it back. So that's always was cool. That's one of my favorite memories from when I first started here, getting to know people.
Roundhouse Ranch is in. Vanessa Kitty as well is in. I'm just trying not to
Jennifer
miss
Rose.
Anybody here. I hope I mentioned everybody. Thank you guys for all coming in. That's amazing.
Guys, you really make this channel awesome. And it's nice to see always a mix of new and old. This is a place to just put up your feet. If you're new here, we just talk. We shoot the breeze with some great YouTube creators. Everybody's here to support each other. Everybody's respectful to each other. And we've shown one thing I think we've really managed to do on this channel is when you really get to know somebody behind the lens, that support lasts for years. Everybody here has amazing stories. And it's not that their YouTube videos aren't great, but they're also great behind that camera when it's off.
Yeah, like we always say, channels, yes, so we connect the channels, but there's so much more behind that. And what we do here, we try and get to know who is behind the channels, because after all, those are people who connect with each other, and that's what we're doing here in a very relaxed and hopefully positive atmosphere.
We're the next level, the 2.0 we'll call it. These are the long-term bonds that were made from the other channels. We're just here to solidify that.
And in the meantime, if you get some support from the new channels,
definitely.
Well, that's just the bonus, right?
There's lots of great supporters with each other. Definitely check channels out, guys.
Well, we have also Petrock Media.
Yes, I was just about to acknowledge them. So great to have you here.
Oh, Kathy, thank you. My hair looks so cute, apparently. Thank you. Well, I'm trying to break my image of a scary lady that was yesterday during the live stream. Not ours, the guest live stream yesterday. I was too loud yesterday.
Sorry, guys. Anybody with headphones, we apologize.
Well, apparently I was too loud.
The volume.
I was too loud yesterday when we were doing co-hosting. So I'm trying to get better and look a bit softer. But thank you so much.
Test luck. There's a new one. Hello, everyone here. I'm in California. First time here. Well, welcome. So glad to have you.
I hope you're going to enjoy our live stream.
Yep. I got lots, like we were just saying, lots of great people in here to mingle with at the same time. So who compared it the other night? It's like at a nice bar, like we were saying, like Cheers. You know? You got your regulars, you got some new ones coming in. Everybody's kind of mingling. There's good vibes in the place.
Puša bar.
Yes, Puša bar. Vern says, haha, Puša Studios, y'all did awesome. Yeah, you guys were on quite you guys had a big campaign yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's my alter ego that
I know.
Came out during that hour and a half there. So
nobody came to my rescue when I asked for it. I could just like to bring to attention once again. If she goes nuts tonight, remember, my safety word is potato sack. If you hear potato sack, please send help.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
Nobody's coming to rescue, don't worry.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kitty has been enjoying.
That's touching. And there we go. Now we're getting all heartwarming once again.
Oh my God, Vanessa Kitty has been enjoying our streams. See?
Yeah.
Petrock Media, are you a bit under the weather? Oh, well, all the best thoughts to you. Hopefully, it's nothing serious.
What does potato sack mean? No, it means just like a safety word if Xenia goes crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I wondered the same thing, Kathy. So
yeah, it was just the first word came in my head. We'll call it banana then. Banana's
well,
nice.
Don't get all mixed up now. What if I just want to say banana? It's going to be safe word too.
That's right.
Okay. Patsy Houlihan is in.
Oh my God Almighty! We got a lot of YouTube royalty here tonight.
Yeah,
a lot
Christopher
of big names.
Spence is in.
Welcome. We connected with them, with Christopher. So good to have you here. I think this is your first time in the stream, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that?
Christopher Spence.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
See, she checks the chat more than I do. That's why I usually don't do these greetings.
Yeah, I'm more on the chat, so I'm watching you guys closely, so I don't miss any questions, hopefully.
TriStar here. Welcome.
Yes, hope all is well with you.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, and if you're watching with your husband together, then hi to him as well.
Island Aesthetics. There was another one of our past guests. So good to have you here from Prince Edward Island, guys. The smallest province in Canada, but the most fun. With the red stone, the red sand and shores.
Yeah, this guy got a haircut last week. Last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks 20 years younger.
Yeah.
I find the live stream that we did right after that. Well, I think 75% was devoted to your haircut.
Yeah, it was super pretty. I never thought my hair would come.
I should get a haircut.
But I'm not getting a shave. I'm starting to grow the beard back. Something Xenia wants it back. And there you go. It was last week's news. Yes, exactly, Miss Kathy. You're right.
You potatoes in the fall. So
yeah.
So there comes potato sack too. I guess potatoes in a potato sack. Oh, you have one person on your side. That's good. That's good. Island Aesthetics got a haircut on Thursday. Oh, I gotta go over on Instagram and look that up.
Yes, exactly. We'll start doing some pictures. We'll do all of our before and after shots.
Yeah. I would like to see that.
Oh, I know, Island. I appreciate it. I know you come when you can, and that's more than we could ever ask for. So
you're doing amazing transformations there. I'm following you on Instagram. I see. So keep doing that.
Jennifer Rose says, "Hope everyone is enjoying their day." Definitely, and hope you are as well. So it's once again so great to have you here.
Mark Valentine is close to 500. So guys, if you haven't checked his channel out yet, go over and check it out. Well, just leave the tab open and check it out after our live stream.
That's right. Definitely.
Yeah, it only needs 9 more. Guys, we can make it.
Exactly.
Make it happen, right? No stress, no pressure. Just go check it out.
Exactly. Everybody's chill tonight. It's Saturday night. I want everybody just to be able to relax, enjoy our guest, who's, you know already who it is, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, Kahimini is also 5 away from 1250. We can do that too.
Man, you really took off.
Just check each other out. Check what we are all about. It's all, communities. See who is there behind the name, behind the words. Get to know them a bit more. So in a couple of minutes, we're going to be bringing in our guests. And for those of you who don't know yet, it's going to be touring Tastebuds.
Isn't that amazing? I'm so glad that
we were so excited that we managed to get them on because they're super busy.
Yes,
they're super busy traveling, tasting, and recently renovating their airstream, which is so amazing.
I don't mind your arm way back, but you got to move your elbow a little bit because yes, getting there because you're starting to think you're drilling for oil or something.
We'll do it like this now, from now on.
Potato sack.
Banana. Okay.
What are you doing to me, woman?
Oh, I'm just loving you as close as I can. Happy Trails Hiking is in. Couldn't make it back. A reception spotty at the camp. Yeah, it's understandable. As close as I can. Make it back.
Hey, I thought I clicked the wrong button here.
Hi. You guys can mute the or pause the YouTube video. So you watch it through Hangouts, but you will be able to see chat.
Hey, we're right there. We're here now.
I was freaking out and looking here. I'm like, which window did I just open? I wasn't sure. I didn't even see you guys were up yet.
Little malfunction on our end. We're here though. What is up, everybody?
Hey guys.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
How are y'all?
Good, good.
Thank you so much for making to our live stream. I know you guys are super busy, so we really appreciate.
I can't believe you guys are.
Oh yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, we're super glad we can be here. So we're really glad, and thank you for fitting us in on such short notice. I think we talked like a couple days ago or something. So
yeah, exactly. We're booked a lot, but sometimes I just leave a couple of days here and there for a special guests like you.
Oh. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You rock.
Well, you guys too. I mean, like I said, you're another one of those channels we've had since the beginning, and I mean, we're always into travel. That's a big part with us, and that's the challenge I was really excited to get on as early as possible because I've watched enough of your videos. I'm really at that level. I want to know more about you guys. So,
oh, too kind. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. That means a lot. But yeah, I think we connected. It might have been through Beer Belly Travelers. I want to say I'm shouting y'all out right now, but I think I'm right. I don't know. But either way, we're really glad that we could connect with you guys.
We're super excited to get to know you guys better too. So
yeah,
I agree. You guys are too kind. My God.
Well, Beer Belly Travelers is saying that you guys are awesome, and Happy Trails Hiking saying that you're super cute.
You guys are too kind.
Ace is the real cutie.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is.
By the way, Happy Trails is hiking right here. Well, I think they're actually camping. I bet you guys are hiking right now. But
yes, they are in the camp.
Yeah, they're
that's
having
why
some spotty connections, they said. So that's
yeah.
That speaks a lot about your fan base right there.
Oh, they're awesome. No, yeah, they're a huge fan base.
We're all fans of them too.
Yep, just about to say
So do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start telling everybody? Because I mean, a lot of people. You are one of the big players in our groups and circles. But do you want to start just by telling a little bit about yourselves and like what your channel's about?
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to go with me? Pressure's on. All right, so I'm Chad and this is Stef, and we are touring Tastebuds. This was actually started a really long time ago by Stef. She started a blog and called it Touring Tastebuds, and she just kept writing on it. And I got done with college, and a
little background. We lived we didn't live in the same place. We lived like 3 hours apart. So I was just doing it on my own while I was living here. But then once we started living together, we kind of tag teamed it. But keep going.
She always helps. I might not say the right thing, so she hops in and says the right thing. So
welcome to our world where I see a lot of similarities already.
No big deal. All right. So anyways, and then so we started touring Tastebuds and just started doing YouTube. We decided that, we both already video a ton, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is. So why not, try and do YouTube? And we started it off, and how long has it been?
6 months?
6? No, it's probably like 8 now. 7, 8?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last
regardless.
Summer is when we started, I think.
Yep, I think it was like August. So yeah, we just started it like 7 or 8 months ago, and luckily it's been doing really well, I think. I hope. So thank you guys for the support, and I mean, thank you guys once again for having us on here. We love what you guys do. And
but most of our channel is like a lot of traveling. So I think originally when I started touring Tastebuds on myself, it was like pretty much everything I just made to eat, which was a little obnoxious, but
or just want to run.
I just was making a bunch of food and posted blogs about it. But then I think once we actually lived together and could travel more together, it turned I think more travel rather than food. And I think more so now it's like what we eat while we are out and about traveling, and then a few like homemade recipes here and there. But majority I would say is like a ton of travel and adventure, some food, and then like you said, now our airstream that we're renovating too. So I would say that's the gist of.
And then just a bunch of random things. We like to show a lot of our life and just kind of our pets. We have a dog and a cat.
That's part of the family.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100% part of the family. I don't know where they are. They're probably messing something up. But so that's actually why we started to do this whole airstream renovation, was because we love our pets to death, and probably get made fun of because they're like our kids. But we didn't really want to go many places without them, and we took a road trip a long time ago, actually 2 years ago, and we fell in love with the idea. So that's why we got the airstream. But Also, we have a really cool series that we just finished. I see that you're pointing on the Meet the Travel Tribe. But yeah, we just finished this really cool series called Meet the Travel Tribe. It's an awesome group. It actually originated from Twitter. So if you guys haven't checked our Twitter out, it's the same name as our YouTube, minus the S actually. It's toward Tastebud.
You guys have a huge following on my dad on Twitter.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, our Twitter page is we just reached 10K, so thank you guys so much.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's super fun. We have a great community there. But the Travel Tribe started from that. It was just a great group and a community that we connected with, and they had YouTube channels as well. And we just wanted to feature them and show them to our community. So
yeah, like you guys said, like just intermingling, kind of like helping each other, supporting each other. We think that's super fun, just to like keep finding new people to connect with. So
yeah, it's key.
That's kind of been our way to do that, and stuff like this too. Super fun.
You know, it's so good to kind of branch out of your comfort zone and look at all these different areas. We're living in such an amazing time in this world where all these things we just talked about yes, we had the web for a few years now.
Right.
But the tools that we've had in the last couple of years, I mean, it's just mind-blowing how things are changing. We're literally broadcasting to the world right now.
Right.
People are interacting with us.
Crazy.
And it is. It's hard to fathom sometimes, like to be able to put it in your head and say, I can't, you know, that this is really happening.
Yeah.
And, this is how we grow our channels, is by making all these different connections in every social media we can get our hands onto, every print magazine, newspaper clipping, whatever it takes. It always adds up to more people coming.
For sure. No, yeah, I agree. And I also think a really cool part that you talked about that I kind of really connected with was you said that like you get to meet the person behind the lens. You know, it's really important. And then I mean, at some point, you know, we were really fortunate. They don't have a YouTube channel, but they have a Twitter. It's Road Trip C.
Okay.
Fortunate enough to meet them in Arizona. Yeah. It was crazy. We never met them before.
Wonderland Travelers.
Yeah, and Wonderland Travelers. They do have a YouTube channel actually.
Okay.
In an RV, and it was crazy. We met them in person in Arizona. Just and we we didn't know them and had a beer and threw it back like it was.
Yeah, it's like you basically
no other. Yeah, it was
you
weird.
can definitely be friends with people more. Like when the internet started and everything, you were just like chatting or whatever it was to be connected with people. But now it's so personal. You're actually we're talking to you. It's as if we're sitting in the same room because we're on video chat, and you feel like all the social media outlets that we have, you're actually like friends with these people, not just like connections.
Yeah. Yes.
So
it's awesome.
Super cool to be able to like actually make friends through these outlets. And then when you see them in person, it's just so easy to be there with them because you've already known them.
Well, yeah, there's a connection right away. We've broken the fourth wall. I mean, what was always dreamt in television or film, we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know, and that for us, it helped a lot because until we went on this first stream, we were doing well. We really shot up, but people still didn't know much about us because we're not even in front of the camera.
Right.
So we were.
I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. No, that's too funny. I literally, because I told you, I was like, they have such great videography.
He was like,
it's
make
amazing.
sure you watch all their videos, not just their live streams. They're so good. I was like, okay, I'll watch them all.
You guys are too kind. I appreciate it so much.
So true though. Yeah. Also, I think I saw, where is it? Miss Kathy and Jesse and Rob Hoffman. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel. Definitely check you guys out afterwards. I saw a little notification, so I just want to say thanks.
Yes, guys, and anybody who haven't yet, you definitely got to subscribe to their channel. They're great supporters too. I know that they're always checking out as well the other person.
I'm just gonna drop a link once again. I keep dropping it every once in a while.
But yeah, no, we love checking out other YouTubers and supporting everybody else.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's just great. It's a really cool community that we have growing, and we love being a part of y'all's community as well. Yeah. So thank you.
It's great to have guys like you in our circle. I mean, I believe it makes our work better by having connections with people like you. So.
Michael Bushcraft, he says, we have made lifelong friendships on social media that carried into the real world. It is well worth the effort.
Yeah.
That's right. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I agree. I saw a comment drop in and then you're leaving. I think I'm going to mispronounce it. I apologize. Petrock Media, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep, Pet Rock Media. Yep.
I'm gonna answer that question. I'm not even gonna let Steph answer it. The dream place is Iceland, and we're actually going there at the end of the year. I've been craving it for like 5 or 6 years now. So finally,
well,
we are
welcome
making
to
it
the
happen.
Iceland Club, as I say to everybody who goes there. After we went there a couple of times,
Right.
it's an amazing place. My God, you're going to want to come back again.
Some of them in the audience know that. Did you guys know that we were married in Iceland?
Really?
Chad would be jealous. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool.
We eloped. We've been together for a good couple of years, but then we eloped and got married on Canada Day, which is July 1st, 2014. We eloped. We had a Viking wedding outside of Reykjavik.
How
I love
cool
it.
is that?
That's awesome.
amazing.
That's goals.
Yeah,
That's
that's
goals.
And after that, we actually started business there too. Your Events Iceland, where we were connecting people who wanted to have a destination wedding there, with people there, and planning their wedding in Iceland. So we're quite familiar with it.
We'll definitely be hitting you up for recommendations.
Our pleasure.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. But yeah, great question, by the way. That was fun. Thank you for that. That was awesome.
That is so cool. So when are you guys planning to go? Do you have tickets booked yet, or?
We don't have booked because I think we'll end up moving between now and then. So we haven't booked our tickets yet until we've actually moved, so we can book them from the new airport rather than our current airport.
We're waiting on football and your job and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of stuff is going to pan out between now and then, so we're going to wait a little bit longer to book them, but we're definitely thinking like fall.
Yeah.
So are you gearing to see the Northern Lights? Is that why it's the end of the year, like winter? Why do you choose to go in winter to Iceland?
I think probably honestly the main reason is just because timing.
Yeah.
But also I think I'm a winter guy. She's a summer girl.
Chad is from New York.
Yeah.
So he's like
Texas. So it's
and
just
I'm
like
from Texas, so it's like I'm gonna be bringing 100 layers to be there because I'm gonna freeze. But
yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
But no, the Northern Lights are like a dream of mine. / I would be in heaven if it was wintertime, but you'd be free. So we're gonna try and make it kind of a happy medium almost. Like try and go when it's just starting to
yeah.
But yeah,
it's gonna be cold regardless. So
yeah.
But like compared to where you would think for the Arctic, Iceland is quite warm. And I'm sorry, I'm horrible at doing Celsius to Fahrenheit now, because it's been a while.
No, you're good.
But I've done in February, and I've gone at I've skied at the upper edge. The biggest town, the city is Akureyri. Sorry, Reykjavik. But then the next one is Akureyri at the top. And we went skiing there. And when you ski down the hill, you're right almost at the Arctic Circle. You're about 50 miles away. And you can stop at one point, but if you keep going down, you actually ski right to the Arctic Ocean. You come right to the shore. And that was so beginning of February, and it was only like it was +3 degrees
Celsius.
Yeah, where in Montreal it was -38 that day.
What? I don't know. Celsius.
I know. I feel awful when I bring up temperatures because I used to be.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. 38 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. And in Montreal, it was -38. So
yeah, I was jealous because I was in Montreal at that time, and Andrew went to Iceland to this convention. And I'm like, really? I'm here? In Iceland, and it's 3 degrees only? Like, how?
Yes, you'd be in the room all day if that was the case. Which
I
don't blame you. Yeah.
Celsius. I don't even want to Google what that would be in Fahrenheit. No thanks.
Oh, that'd be totally
in Reykjavik it was 8 degrees, and you could tell because all the people coming from the lower states were freezing to death getting off the plane. And I was out like smoking a cigarette, jacket unzipped.
Yeah. T-shirts.
Everybody says, "Oh yeah, the Canadian again." That's always
that's too funny. That's like my brother.
Yeah, the only thing that you definitely know about Iceland is the weather changes all the time. You know,
Yeah.
if it's sunny, it's gonna rain in 5 minutes. If it's raining, it's gonna be sunny in 5 minutes. So
that's amazing.
That's awesome.
So keep that in mind.
That's really cool.
That's our wedding. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
All right, wait. That's all right. You guys have a video of it?
We have to go watch it.
All right, yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, I just put on a 20. I'm just put on it because it's gonna be too jittery anyways, just to show you. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's goals. That's definitely
that
goals.
Makes me want to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh gosh, we need to watch that. We do need to catch up.
I know.
Oh, I'll send you a link later on. Yeah, that's on our personal one.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, if you don't mind.
which is funny because we put it up and forgot we put it up, and we found out this year it has almost it has over 27,000 views.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody looking for YouTube success stories, don't do anything. Just put it up, pretend it never happened, and it's going to be great.
Come back 2 years later, it's blowing up. So
That's too funny. I see you, TriStar. Thank you for hopping on.
TriStar, I found a couple of weeks ago on somebody's channel. She had like 72 subscribers.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
Constantly supporting everybody. I love it. Yep.
T-Strog was asking earlier, where has been your favorite place so far?
Ooh. Oh, Jake's. Oh, Jake's again.
Let's see. Our favorite place so far. So I would say, like, we both did a lot of traveling before we traveled together. So I don't know if my favorite place ever was with you. But together,
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but together probably we did like a preliminary 12-day RV road trip. I think a year and a half ago now.
It's been a year and a half. Almost.
And so we rented an RV from Cruise America, which has 1-800 rent-RV on the side of it.
Yeah.
And so we rented one of those, and we did I think 10 states. I would want to say 10.
Yeah.
We did a lot of the West, and we did Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Colorado, a bunch of national parks over there. So we just did a big road trip, and I think that was probably my favorite that we've done together.
That was.
Sorry, I was responding to them I apologize.
There you go.
No, so sorry about that. We kind of, I was clicking over. I just wanted to ask you about your trip when you did that. What was some of your favorite spots in that trip? Some things that were the most memorable to you?
Yeah, so I would say that my favorite spot was Arches National Park in Utah, in Moab. I think that was just one of the places where I've been. It's just how is this even real? Nature is pretty freaking amazing. So I think that was probably my favorite stop along the way. We went to the Grand Canyon too, and I always tell Chad, I've never seen the Grand Canyon before that time, and I wanted to see it so bad. But I almost feel like I never actually went there because I don't think I fully comprehended what I was looking at, because it's so crazy that I know I saw it, but I just look at pictures and I'm I just don't even know what I saw. But it was also just to be able to check that off my list and be that was cool.
Well, that's a good.
Yeah.
It feels good to do that bucket list scratch, So I'm guessing you'd like to go back and see it again and maybe spend a bit more time around it.
Right. And it was cool though too, because when we did our road trip in winter, which I don't know what our deal with is doing all of our trips in winter, but we did the Grand Canyon I think in early January, and it snowed. I think we camped. It was sunny the first day, and then we were in our RV, and then we woke up the next day and there were 2 or 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, it's crazy. We didn't have Wi-Fi, so we had no idea it was going to snow.
Yeah, we didn't know it was supposed to snow, and so we woke up and we saw the Grand Canyon in the snow, which was pretty amazing too. So
it was crazy.
That's what actually inspired. Yeah, that's what inspired touring Tastebuds to become kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And also to get an Airstream.
Yeah.
Which thank you, whoever. I think somebody. I apologize for the stream. I just missed it, but somebody checked out the Airstream, Coriolis, and said it's awesome. So thank you for checking it out. We love it.
Great supporter, great channel.
But my favorite spot was this random. We were just driving between Grand Canyon and Moab, and we saw just a little scenic view sign, just one of those little green ones. And I always tell Steph I'm going to pull over, and she always says, "All right, then do it." And I never do.
He asked me. He's "Should we pull over? Should we not pull over?" I'm I don't care.
I don't want to make her pull over. He doesn't want to pull over.
And then he never pulls over. He's "We should have pulled over." I'm well, they just freaking pulled over.
So this time I just pulled over, and we literally walked out. It was
Navajo or what?
No, it was little. Oh, I don't know.
I think it was the Navajo tribe, wasn't it?
Something like that.
It was Navajo tribe land,
Indian
territory. We walked out, and it was this view. I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
Oh wow!
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, and
I've seen some of their pictures on Instagram. That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was you just could sit there and just take it all in for hours.
So amazing.
National park where there's a million people there, so you actually got to take in the view, which was cool too.
Yeah. So that was probably my favorite spot.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. There's so much to see in North America. We could spend our whole lives just traveling around. I mean, up Canada, United States. I mean, because we share a lot in between. Yeah. Between these two places, you have everything from a desert to some high, the Rockies. You cover 2 large oceans. It's phenomenal what we have between. I've done all the provinces in Canada, and I've done about 40 states, I guess. because I used to be a truck driver years ago.
Okay.
I used to
All
get-
right, so I've always thought like that would be just a phenomenal way to see the country. I mean,
oh, it is.
oh yeah,
Just go 100 miles an hour and put your hand out the window and wave at it. You get to see it, you never get to enjoy it.
that is true. Yeah.
So
That is
what
true.
was your favorite
Sorry,
state?
I cut you off. I apologize. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Not a problem. My favorite city?
State.
State.
Yeah. Or
So
province.
I also used to go there for business. I worked for a very large music company, so I used to travel a lot. And Austin was my favorite city.
That's where my sister
Yeah,
lives.
we love Austin.
Really?
Oh, cool.
No
Yeah, so-
way.
A lot, which is nice.
We're spoiled.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the most eclectic place. We were just talking about what last night, I think.
Yesterday we talked about
It's kind of like Portlandia meets Texas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And it breaks all the stereotypes you would ever think.
So
And
true.
I love Texas for what Texas is, but it's
Yeah.
so amazing to see this like island in the middle of it that's just completely the polar opposite. In every
Oh yeah. There's such a bad stereotype of
Yeah.
Texas.
I mean, most of it's true.
Yep.
To be as somebody who's from there, most of it's true. I think, yeah, I agree. Austin is its own, like, it could be just its own little bubble within.
It
the whole-
is. It's a microorganism growing on its own. Like
Yeah.
Where from in Texas are you? Are you from Austin?
So, I lived in Austin for a majority of the time, and then, like, before I moved here, I lived in Houston too. So
Houston was like it was drawn on grid paper. I don't think I've ever seen a city with so many streets. It's like they took a like a grid paper and drew like just in the lines.
and they're all one way, so it's like you just like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just
You
going
can
one
spend the
way.
whole day just going back and forth on every second street like that because every other one's off.
It's illogical.
and the
but
humidity there gets me.
it doesn't get me.
But you know, there were really nice people there all through Texas. Like, there's a lot of stereotypes. There were such good, honest people, and I've always been treated well. Everyone was friendly that I met. You know, you're going to meet some bad people wherever you go. That's part of being in the world. You can't
Right.
change that.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
in all, it's always been. Have you guys been to Canada before?
I've been to Canada.
Steph has been. I haven't been. We were gonna go. I'm also gonna say the Morrison's family vlogs. You guys are too kind for saying that about us. Thank you very much.
I didn't see what they wrote, but I'm sure it's very well deserved.
Yeah,
Back them
we
up.
really appreciate that stuff. They said that I really enjoy seeing watch our channel together.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, they can watch it together with a husband because it's
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
you can enjoy it together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Thank you. But I just went off topic and forgot what I was gonna
You haven't
say.
been to Canada.
I have not been to Canada. We were gonna take the airstream there. But I think our friends that we were going to meet there, actually fellow YouTubers and Twitter friends that we
Yeah.
made, and we're just going to meet aworldwithyou.com. You may be connected with them. I don't know if you are or not.
Which one is it? again?
aworldwithyou.com. We did meet the Travel Tribe with them, I think.
I'll have to check them out though. I
Yeah.
don't know the name.
But-
Yeah, definitely. They're always looking for new channels like that.
Yeah.
so.
They're
We
from
live in
Calgary,
Calgary.
I believe. Yeah, or Alberta, Calgary. That's how they say it, right? Yeah. But we were going to go hang out with them, but they're actually going to be in Greece.
Oh, geez.
Our trip. So I think we're going to maybe do it another time. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's cool. It's amazing making these connections like that with people and stuff. You know? We always said you got a bed to sleep into. Once you get to know everybody here, there's always a room waiting. So
Cool.
There's
Yeah.
always someone somewhere.
Also, our cats made a feature. If anybody
Oh.
wants
I
to check
see
it
that. I've been watching in the background. Making
out,
it-
that's AC Cakes.
Oh gosh, but yeah, the only place I've ever been in Canada is Toronto.
everybody gets to Toronto pretty much. Yeah, that's
There for work, so I didn't actually get to do a whole lot, but it was cool when I was there.
Yeah,
But we
you,
definitely want to go back.
you had a lot of good food. I know that. I remember
I
you
did
telling me
eat
that
well.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
did eat very well.
Oh, we got to get you to Montreal, girl. We got to get you some food. Yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah.
It's such a cultural center, I think, for food and for everything. It's a little bit of Europe, a little bit of North America.
Yeah.
And especially with food, like every restaurant has something. Like I think there is 1,000 and something restaurants in Montreal alone in downtown area. So they were saying that last year when we had a 375th anniversary. That's what they were saying. So you gotta come here.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I think I've always heard that. People always say Montreal is a quick and easier way to get to Europe, basically.
Yes, that's right. That's
True,
right.
very true.
Yeah. because of the French culture, it keeps it more European than anywhere else, I would say, in North America for that, right?
Yeah, coming from Northern Europe, I definitely feel more at home here than like in Toronto or in bigger cities in other.
Toronto definitely small.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
We could be an extension of Canada. That feels very narcissistic.
America. I just kicked the screen.
Oh gosh. Well, anyways, it felt similar. Like I could have been in New York City or something.
Yes, definitely. Well, yeah, it's the third biggest city. People don't realize that after New York and LA, Toronto's the third biggest city in North America.
I didn't know that. It makes sense. I mean,
it did feel that way.
Here's a little neat tidbit that you want to use for bar trivia sometime. Many people don't know. The highway, the 401 highway between Montreal, which goes through Toronto and to the border to Windsor and to Detroit, is the most trucked highway in all of North America, beating out anywhere in the U.S.
Wow, that's crazy.
I would have never guessed. Yeah.
What's the industry that
goes
through
there
that makes it
everything traffic? Because it's all coming through. Like because a lot of the large boats, the most inland that can come in from the Atlantic Ocean is actually because of the St. Lawrence River is Montreal, and then some of the smaller ones make it to Toronto into the Great Lakes. So everything is being pumped through. It's like a funnel almost. So even a lot from New York are coming up and around through that hoop and then taking it into the Midwest and down through.
Huh.
Yep.
No, that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a trivia question at some point.
Yeah, that's why. See, ever want to stump somebody on the radio or something like that? There's a good question that we'll work with.
Trivia, we love bingo. Stuff's the bingo at it when we travel and go to a bar.
I know, I love bingo. I'm a 90-year-old in my body.
I love
it. You guys are just like your videos. This is why it's nice to meet people like you guys, because you can see it your personalities transcend right into your videos, and that's amazing. I always love that about somebody.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, we try. I don't know if it's try or we just let it happen.
Yeah.
One of the two. But no, yeah, we try and be very what is it? I don't know. We try and be very who we are on the camera as who we are in person. Kind of what you're saying, transcendent, I guess is probably the proper word for it.
Yeah. Or transparent.
Just transparent, I guess, probably. Yeah, we just try and be who we are. I don't like to I don't know. We're not a big fan of like channels that try and skew the way things are or try and make a perception of something different. We like being who showing you the truth, and I mean our experiences of what it really is. I don't know. Do you agree? Yeah.
That's kind of a gift of doing videos on YouTube, because we don't have producers, directors, large corporations aren't over our shoulders saying you got to get this format together. We're pulling our advertising in the part of for the show, so it actually gives us a chance to really do what we've always wanted to do or who we really are, because those barriers don't exist on this medium.
Yeah, and you just hope people like you.
I'm sure they love you. Oh my God, there's so many compliments from everybody.
Oh, you guys are kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. We love, like we said, we love y'all's channel. We love following along with you guys. We need to. I tweeted it, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' favorite kind of videography? Like if you could do one kind, like video one thing forever, what would you video?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Wow, that's a really great question. It's hard to say for the simple reason it's not a pompous answer. I never like doing video very much. I don't like to shoot my own video. I hate everything that I shoot. I love to edit. That's where I feel creative. I just do it out of necessity, literally.
So if you want your videos being edited, anybody just send them over.
Deal. I'll send you a couple right now.
Perfect. A collab.
I always write my videos the same way. I always take music and I'll listen to it sometimes for months before the right footage comes along.
Oh.
And there's like the one I did, we always talk about she brought back the 80s to Montreal. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's the 80s video that I've always wanted to make.
I'm sure I have.
There's the girl into it all the time. There's a blonde model, and she keeps flashing up on the screen.
I think I saw that one whenever you told me to watch all of them.
Was that the one that you watched? Because
I think so.
I'm about to look at it right now.
Oh, so I didn't mean to do that to you guys.
Oh, no, I want to make sure. I think I did. Is it this one?
Oh,
yeah. I did watch this one. Yeah.
See, I had that.
I'm like, yeah, of course I watched this.
I
know it, yeah, and I think that comment that it's
tonight's the night.
Sorry.
You're making it.
It's okay. I'm so honored right now. I don't even know what to say.
I'm all around. I apologize, people. We are who
I
we
had
are.
that song, and for so long I thought, what do I want to do with it? And I loved the song, but I had nothing worked. And then I got digging through my B-roll footage, and I found these shots I did in Montreal. Literally, I would hold the camera out the window at 100 kilometers an hour.
Oh, I love the street art shots were probably my favorite. Now that I actually saw the beginning, I was like, I remember it now. Yeah, those street art shots. That's like the one I'm really excited to go see.
Yeah, that's a festival in Montreal every year. They have this. They paint the streets. They take a section of the town, and that's all people from around the world come in to do the street art.
It's amazing.
So cool.
Yeah, I think
They
it's
whitewash the walls, and it belongs to them. They did Leonard Cohen.
familiar. Not, I wouldn't say I'm like proficient.
Yeah, you guys are big young, but everybody knows. He's got that long, deep voice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's from Montreal. He's another Montrealer. And he died this year. So they did a mural that's 9 stories high of him. It took like 4 months.
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
What a cool thing, though. Like, what an awesome way to, I don't know.
So is it still
And it's in a section of town where it's a lot of like 3-4 story buildings, and then this big one. So he gets like full. Yeah.
So cool.
That's awesome.
That is really
That's
cool.
crazy that it takes 4 months. I mean, it really is like a huge work of art. So I can imagine that.
Well, yeah, it took him, I think, a month and a half just to sketch out the outlines. You know, I didn't get it at the time. He was just starting that night, and the festival was long gone, and he was still there. He was freezing probably. He was in October at 9 stories high in Montreal.
Why? Dedication.
Yes, definitely. It was definitely a work of passion. So
That's awesome.
I don't
mean,
even
good
know
for
how you get it like to that scale.
I know. I watched these guys doing it even on a building of 4 stories, and they get down and they have their sketch, and they go up and do one more line, back down again, go up. It's a marathon for them.
Crazy. We have like a few street art pieces here, like in our town, but I think like the tallest building in Fayetteville is like 5 stories because we're ridiculous. But
Yeah.
I think like they have some that I think they did like an owl street art that was like 2 or 3 stories tall, and it took them like forever. So I mean, this guy's impressive to do like a portrait.
Everything's done like 3 times slower here, though.
Yeah. Well, that's the same where I grew up. I grew up in a town of 280, so don't.
Oh, jeez. Okay, never mind. Maybe a little quicker than that.
Where the big story was, everybody said the same thing when you met the one corner store. What are you doing today? Oh, I want to go cord that wood, and that was where their day went.
That's awesome. That'd be fun though to grow up in such a small town. Everybody's able to know each other though.
My sister and I were only a year apart, and when we left for college, she was crying and I was laughing the whole time. And actually, at one point, stuck my middle finger out the window when we made a turn. None of my parents or anybody in particular. Just I was so glad to get out of there because I was into heavy metal. I had hair down to my waist. I wanted to be in a thrash metal band, and yeah, I was.
The other 279 people in your town.
Yeah, that's right. That was a whole other generation ago.
So then did you move to college to a bigger city?
Yeah, Montreal.
Okay, so that's where
I spent most of my adult life here, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Change, and I'm sure
That's a
to
huge change.
Montreal.
Yeah. So I've seen both sides of the world on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Even
little.
I quit college and I became a truck driver when I was 19, and I mean I had traveled a bit, but like I'd never been to the States except for once to Plattsburgh, New York, and then all of a sudden you have a 53-foot trailer on the truck. You never grew up in the city, and now you're running through Brooklyn and all these places, going down to Houston you've never seen in your life. There's no GPS. You got a map in your hands. And that was back in the 90s where you had to pull up in a truck stop. They had payphones that were like 8 feet in the air, so you could reach out of the truck and put it to your ear to get directions when you got close to get to the city.
Oh man.
I mean, how did we ever survive without GPS? I don't know. But
We
I
don't
guess
know.
we did it.
I don't think we would be able to. I mean, we could read a map, but not
Yeah.
that well.
I mean, in places you've never been, in like huge cities, that would be so hard.
Yeah, especially with the truck, because a lot of roads you're not allowed onto, and certain times a day, and you know.
You're a great driver now, though.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just more frustrated. I get frustrated.
That's road rage.
I'm not going to let Xenia answer that question.
Yeah, don't let Steph. Yeah, Steph can't answer either.
You get the hint.
A little bit of rage involved. It's not a big deal.
In Montreal here, they drive European. Like Their signs are 70 kilometers. Everybody's doing about 110, 120. There's almost no cops on the freeway coming in. They're all cutting each other up. Nobody uses signal lights here. It's just cutting in, cutting out.
Oh my!
It's just
Yeah.
I don't drive, so thankfully I don't. So I don't have to experience that. I just sit and enjoy the scenery.
All she has is her imaginary break that she thinks I don't know about. I can say, yeah, you too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hers isn't a break. It's my mirrors. She's my mirrors.
Ten times worse by doing that. I'm like, I can't help it.
I thought she was gonna rip the handlebar off of the RV when we went down the Colorado mountains in our trip.
I was like, for my life at that point. But
and I did.
You did great. Yeah, you're right.
You guys are so awesome.
Sorry,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you. We're having fun. This is awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you guys here tonight. I've been right from the beginning. I think you guys were one of the first ones I sent a message to, so it's such a great thing to have you here.
I know. We're glad we finally could pick a time.
Yeah, we were sorry. We were in
no.
City. Yeah, we actually did a collaboration with a Twitter group, Visit OKC. They actually have Instagram and Facebook and a ton of other accounts.
Like a tourist company.
Probably a tourist company for the city. But anyways, we collaborated with them, so we were there all weekend doing stuff with them, and then we were at the Airstream all yesterday and all today, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
But let's talk about the Airstream.
Yes, because
everybody wonders about that. How did that happen? Where did you get it, and how did you decide to get it?
Yeah.
So I think we had the genius idea, not really genius, but a genius idea to get one like probably a year ago when we were like, oh, how cool would that be to have an Airstream? And then we were looking at them and they're all seriously like trash if you get them in our current like budget. So went to go look at one or two, like it was rotted out. The thing was falling apart. Nobody touched it in probably like 10 years. So we
pretty close.
Yeah, we pretty much were like, okay, let's slow our roll on this one a little bit because I think we're a little out of our, realm here right now. So we just kept kind of periodically looking over the last year. And then I think more recently we got a little bit more serious about it again, just like looking to see if we could find something just because we knew we wanted to keep traveling. But like Chad said, we wanted these weirdos to be able to come with us.
Yeah.
So
we started, love it.
Yeah. But we started looking a little bit more again.
Sorry, bro.
But so we started looking again, like just on like Craigslist and like Airstream Classifieds and all these other places.
Search Tempest was a huge one. Yep.
Search Tempest, yeah. So we were just looking. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one, but I found it. Sorry.
It was like it's kind of like a just massive Craigslist almost. I guess what they do is they just compile every single Craigslist ad in all areas, and then you just click on the region that you want to look at. It was super helpful. And so you just put your mile radius as like 1,000 miles. You put your budget, what you want, and then you just go region to region, just scrolling through.
That's really
cool.
Yeah. So
everything.
sorry.
No, you're good. So we just we're looking at all these different listings. We went to go see one that was here in Fayetteville, and it was like just not right. So we were like so
more than
close.
What we paid for this one, and it had dents on the top, dents on the sides. It was not great shape.
Yeah, so we were close to getting that one, but I think we just chose not to settle because we were like, we've waited this long. We should probably find the perfect one. Just keep holding out. It's gonna happen. And then literally like a week later, like almost simultaneously.
Yeah, literally.
I sent Chad the listing for this one, and then Chad sent me the listing for this one because we had both found it like right at the exact same time.
Yep.
So
we are not making that up.
No, yeah. If we both just found this at the exact same time, it's probably at least worth going to look at. Yep. So I think it was like a little bit out of our budget, and then Chad had talked to the guy who owned it and like had come down like a little bit more reasonably before we went to go see it. So then we actually drove to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, which is probably 3.5 hours away from here.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours, 3.5.
Yeah. So we drove there one Saturday, and we saw it just like parked in there. Like they have a lake house there, I guess. The previous owners had a lake house there. So they kind of just used it as an extension of their home for whenever they had like family and stuff over, the family would stay in the Airstream. So they kept it pretty nice. Like they would clean it up every year whenever people were coming to stay in it. So it wasn't totally neglected. It looked nice in there. It had some awesome yellow or orange shag carpet.
Some orange shag carpet.
They got some pretty funky stuff going on in those.
Oh,
You feel like it's like a casino.
On, yeah.
Super retro, like super retro.
I think in our first video we show some of it. If you check it out, I'm pretty sure we showed.
You can share it.
But it had a shag rake too. Like it was all like decked out, like prepared to take care of the shag. But so basically, like we looked at it more closely, and we were thinking like, this is a good one. We feel like the people let us rip stuff out too while we were there, which made us feel super comfortable because we wanted to just make sure nothing was like hidden and scary under there. So they pretty much, oh yeah, there it is. So we pretty much just kind of decided we were going to step away. We were going to go eat lunch, and we were going to talk about it.
There we
go. Oh, there's a shag.
We got to go back to that one again. That deserves.
There's what it looked like.
Yeah. Wow, it looks so much different now.
Well, yeah, that's you can see it as not a buyer. You can see potential, and you guys see potential.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, everything inside worked. The electricity, the plumbing, which was really key for us because I'm not an electrician or a plumber.
Well,
so
you made it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on it.
But basically, we just decided to call them back after lunch, and we're like, "This is our like price range," and they like just offered the lowest of our price range, which was pretty amazing.
Which we'll have a renovation budget about that. That's why she's not saying anything.
I'm gonna post all the budget we have, but
so I promise we'll tell you guys, just not yet.
But yeah, so we pretty much just got. I think we kind of stole it. I feel like we the whole time we've been going through it, we're like, okay, it's too good to be true. What is going to be wrong? There's something wrong with it. And so far, knock on wood, it hasn't been like too bad. So we're just replacing some subfloor right now, and
have to recaulk a couple areas. There's a little water that came in the front that we're replacing right now. So yeah, just some small minor details. The subfloor in the front's being replaced, and then we're just gonna kind of just touch it up on the inside, just give it some love. Oh, we're at 890.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That's all because of you guys' chat. So thank you all for supporting us, and we really look forward to checking out y'all's stuff as well.
We'll subscribe back to them.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we just took it back, and we were like, let's hope this thing gets home. And it got home. So yeah, it was cool.
Towed perfect. Literally towed perfectly. Yeah. I think we did our first live stream ever actually.
By accident.
Yeah, by our accident.
We had planned it like to do a live stream, and then that day decided we were going to drive to like the Ozarks, and so we
really. That's ambitious. I like it.
Yeah, we it was a fail.
It was a fail. For sure. But that's okay.
That's okay. It's a bump in the road, not a fail.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Somebody else had. I don't think I've heard of a Starflight. I'm assuming it's a travel. I'm about to look it up.
Stephanie from Best Friend in Your Thread, an awesome channel, by the way. If you want to have a laugh, you got to go over and check it out.
Definitely.
She had a 1969 Shasta Starflight. She's saying, but
that's awesome.
That's like the one that we took on our road trip where you actually drive the RV. That's cool.
Yeah. What was your favorite place that you've gone?
In your RV.
In your RV.
Yeah, we get to know that. We didn't know about you that.
Yep. See how much we learn about people here. We learn the audience, and
I'm curious. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Bradford Backwoods was asking, but have you ever traveled to PA? So much going on, Pennsylvania.
Okay. No, we actually haven't yet. We were gonna do there's this big kind of convention for bloggers and vloggers in New York in September. Yeah. And we might go there. It's called TBEX, and we might go there in our Airstream, actually. And so I'm assuming we're probably going to hit that whole entire – my brother lives in Boston, and we want to go around that whole entire area and explore all the different states.
PA in the house.
PA in the house. So, no, we have not been yet, but we plan to go if we head that way in our Airstream for that convention.
So let us know what we need to see.
Yeah. So if you would, definitely, just let us know good things to check out because we're always in need of some great food. We love food.
Yeah, we love food.
And views.
What is our favorite dish, by the way, and from where?
Ooh, rough. Tough question. Well, I know my favorite food 100% is pizza.
Yeah. Steak. I'm a meat guy. I'm a carnivore.
Yeah. So I would say, I've been to Italy. Italian pizza is pretty great. But I've also had really good pizza in New York. We ate really good pizza in Chicago.
Seattle. I think Seattle was really,
actually
really
really good pizza. Yeah. I don't know. What's your favorite steak?
Favorite steak?
Yeah.
Theo's, which is here.
Yeah, true.
We have a really, really good steakhouse here that's local. It's called Theo's. If anybody's in Northwest Arkansas ever randomly, check out Theo's. We probably won't be here, but if we are still, hit us up. We'd love to hang out, grab a coffee or something. But it's just a really great steakhouse that's in Arkansas, and
That's really good.
we go there for my birthday sometimes.
We go there for pretty much any other random occasion that we decide to.
But there's always a good reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Xenia's favorite food.
Let's see, that's what I've wanted to try it. I've never had it before.
Okay, I will say I tried it in Toronto, whatever, but it was at like Wayne Gretzky's like bar or grill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't like it. I don't like poutine, so you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I was like, I didn't know what it was. Is it gravy? Is that what it is? Right? It's gravy on the fries.
Yeah. Oh, here, I'll put it back on.
It's fries. It's gravy, which you can usually choose either hot chicken or barbecue. Hot chicken is better. Barbecue is awful with that. And then there are special salty cheese curds that usually are more common in Quebec because that's where they come from. And if you don't have those, then you really are not having a poutine.
That's what happens a lot of Quebec, and actually the truest form of it is a certain cheese that's made in the Ottawa region, which runs along the St. Lawrence Seaway that comes in, and the cattle are eating all the grasslands, and they're all naturally salting, like in their diet from eating these grass because it grows by salted water. And it's quite an expensive cheese, so that's why a lot of the other places outside don't serve it that way.
Oh, I bet.
That one in the middle is looking real good. I could go for that one right now.
You're definitely going to try it again and make sure you ask for a hot chicken gravy. Because
we haven't had dinner yet, so I'm sure I would eat that right now if it was in front of me. But also, they said they went to Pennsylvania a lot.
Oh, did they? In their RV?
But theirs was they towed it. It wasn't. It was a pull behind, not a drive. Oh, that's cool. What part of New York? I was born in upstate. I live in Syracuse for a long, long time.
Oh God, you weren't too far away.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I was actually born in Onondaga, well, around Onondaga Lake.
I know in the area. You should have came up. All the Americans come up to Montreal when they're 18 so they can drink in bars.
Yeah,
I was 5 when we moved. So, I don't know how I just strutted into a bar.
And all the 5-year-olds come up to drink.
I can see Chad, little Chad.
Give me a win.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we got to check out Mackey's Pizza in Southern Illinois. We have a lot of friends. We actually have a couple of friends that live in Illinois. So in Chicago, more or less, I guess. Yeah. But whenever we go, we'll have to check it out because we love pizza. We're pizza addicts.
Vloggers from Brooklyn, welcome. We just reconnected the other day. It's been a while since we had seen each other's work, so good to have you here.
Is it something special that you like making at home? Since Stef, you were saying that you were making a lot of things at home, and that's how your blog started to begin with.
So I probably make like Mexican food more than anything.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if it's because I'm from Texas or what the problem is.
Or I beg you to.
Probably that's like if I say, "What do you want for dinner?" He says like taco salad.
Tacos or burgers.
It's like, okay, let's get a little more interesting. The taco salad, but that's like his go-to probably meal that I make. But I would say Mexican foods most of the time. I just love vegetables, so like Brussels sprouts. Making Brussels sprouts, I would like try and make Brussels sprouts with literally everything we have. So those like balsamic Brussels sprouts. We should make some of those.
Ooh,
but yeah,
keep up
pretty
with
much anything.
things.
Chad's like a griller.
Yeah, so she does a lot of the inside cooking, and then I do a lot of the grilling. So
yeah,
I'm a grill addict. I can pretty much grill anything.
I probably bake a lot.
Yeah, so she's really great at like making. Actually, if you ever have a chance, check out the blog, touringtastebuds.com. There's a ton of great recipes on there. She does like an awesome job on being able to kind of show you step by step, and then also she tells you what we think of it, because some have been disasters and some have been successes.
That's how you find out. You got to try it. It's the same as traveling. Some places were a letdown, some places were a surprise.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about doing anything like that is it's not always the successes, but actually sometimes the not so successful make you appreciate the other ones more. You learn from it.
It's awesome you guys have been able to keep it up with it. A couple of years ago, well, now I think it's going to be more than 5, 6 years ago. No, more than that. 8 years ago, I started this blog about food called Made with Love. That I actually was cooking and blogging on Facebook mostly as a page about different Eastern European and Russian foods that I was making because I thought it would be interesting, especially living in North America. I'm not doing that anymore, but maybe I should get back to it.
I see like a lot of people, like foodie people, just have an Instagram, which I feel like would just be easier to just have like a food Instagram rather than a food blog because it's so much harder to have to write like post, edit like 15 photos to go with it. Like you could just post one photo of whatever you ate and then just write a little snippet about it, or
even do. I think I've seen a lot of people transition over to YouTube videos now. They have like a cooking channel or like a food channel now.
True, I've seen that.
Instead of doing a blog,
Well, especially since we started this run for channels, like I mean, cooking channels are just like popping out of the woodwork, you know.
A ton. Yeah, we connect with a couple really great ones.
I think it's like popular now too. Like Food Network, I can watch Food Network all day long.
Oh yeah, my God! You said about baking, and I gotta ask, what is it that you like baking the best? Because baking is my obsession. I love cooking, but baking is my favorite. Like all the cakes and pastries and all that.
Same. So I usually try and do like healthier alternatives to like the baked goods that I love. So I like make these chocolate chip cookies, which are probably my favorite. I think that's just like my favorite sweet in general. Like I will never turn down a warm chocolate chip cookie.
Oh yes.
Like a warm brownie. A warm brownie is just
yes.
I would say probably chocolate chip cookies are my favorite, just because I'll eat them all. But yeah, cookies, brownies. I've made a cake or
apple
two.
Pie.
Chad I don't like pie, but Chad loves apple pie. So
that's Andrew's favorite.
That's my favorite in the world. We have so much in common as we're talking right now.
We actually, all right. So here, I'll brag. I'm really proud of how well she bakes. But we have a Instagram account that's Touring Tastebuds Eats, and
my God, I gotta follow it.
Yes,
definitely.
We'll have to get the link after, guys. And we'll
Steph, I think you inspired me to do maybe, it inspired me to do the Instagram.
We're hungry
version
now.
Of it.
We got our knife and forks ready to go. We're waiting for you to come up.
I'm the same way. We got burgers ready to grill.
We'll bring you a cake at some point.
Yes,
come
deal.
Make a cake and bring it to you. But yeah, definitely start a food Instagram. I feel like that's just like, I mean, you're already baking and cooking, so you might as well of it, right? I mean,
that's a smart.
It's very smart. I never thought about it because I agree. It was very tedious to do a blog writing and then to post on Facebook and all this. It just took too much time and took fun out of cooking. So that's why I think I kind of gave up on it, although it was doing pretty good. And so it's a great idea. Thank you. Thank you for inspiring.
I can follow you.
In our kitchen, we have because we have, as you can see, we have a ton of photos all around, and in the kitchen is 3 big ones, and we actually took pictures of Xenia's desserts that she made. And had them blown up, and that's what's in our kitchen in the middle, over top of the dining room.
Oh, that's awesome! Yes, you got the perfect space already.
It's all set for it.
Well, and I'm a photographer by profession now. That's what we do on our day-to-day basis. So I could probably put my skills on that. Thank you. I'm gonna.
She's inspired. I'm gonna hear about this till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I
know she's not gonna be able to sleep, and I'm gonna hear. Hey! I was just thinking. What do you think? Do you think I should?
Guys, wait for that. Puša Studios food. That's made with love. I'm gonna continue that. Thank you.
Bring it back from the dead.
Yeah, that's right. It's a resurrection.
Revamp it.
She's been keeping me going all along, and I can't knock her. Just that you're gonna get it on film now again.
Do it.
Oh my!
Like you were saying a while ago that you said that you do the grilling and that, and I think that's the same as Xenia and I.
Yeah.
And I know I don't want to sound. I think that with guys, it's hard to feel that fulfillment with something like put it in the oven and set it to 350 and wait. I want sizzling. I want sparkling. I want a mess going. I want to see grease. That's the oldest primitive rewarding feeling there is than a steak slapping on a grill like that.
Oh, that's so true. Once you hear that sizzle, that's
oh yeah. Like I've tried before, and it's like put the fish in the oven and put some olive, and it's just like I don't get this. It doesn't ring with me. I don't feel anything here. But when the meat's going, or even vegetables,
I agree. All right, so I grill my vegetables now. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, put some like asparagus in some foil so
So
I
are
can
you
put it on the
talking
grill.
all cool?
Like, oh, let me put that on the grill because
yes, and it does make all the difference in the world. It's 100. It's not even the same thing anymore once you get it on a grill.
it's pretty good. It does taste really good though once it's grilled.
I was going to show. We were talking about salmon a while ago. This was something that we eat with salmon. We pick in the spring that only grows in the area where I grew up, and that's called fiddleheads.
What is that?
I've never heard of those.
They're a fern. This is once they grow out, but you get them in floodlands where rivers flood in the spring and then recede, and they're only there for about a month.
So
you break them off before they open up.
So what does it taste like? Does it taste similar
that
to
was my
something?
question. Yeah, is it like a green bean? It looks like a little wrapped around.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like I don't know, like a Brussels sprout and asparagus cross.
I think if you like Brussels sprouts, as you're saying, you're gonna love this because it's kind of a good mix for that for sure.
And we always have them with salmon. We have salmon fiddleheads, and we put like garlic butter on them or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try these fiddleheads. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah,
We-
right here.
We used to pick them when we were kids and sell them to a big company called McCain's that does French fries. And you'd pick 100-pound potato bags full. You'd pick all day in all these fields, and they would sell them to restaurants in New York and everywhere. Yeah.
We'll have to try and get our hands on some.
If we will, you think we can?
I don't know. They look good. They sound good. Anything that's close to a Brussels sprout, I'm all about. So
Yeah, it's just something different, just on it's like they're only around, like I say, for 3 weeks, maybe a month, and it has to flood in the spring. And when the waters recede, they start growing like crazy.
Huh. Check it
Well, I
out.
wrote
Yeah,
it
you write it
down.
down, right? Yeah, good. Cool.
Like,
Ah,
Of
thank
course,
you.
you can see why they're called fiddleheads because of the top of them. So
that makes sense.
That's all. I would have never.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
never heard of it before.
That's awesome. Thank you.
oh, you're very welcome. Well, even when I'm in Latvia, I was always looking for the little things that anything different from what we would do day to day or anything like that.
Yeah,
so-
like crepes with herring.
oh god, oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know.
so turned off by that.
Oh, you see, Latvia, and especially the Baltic states and northern countries, we eat fish, a lot of fish, and a lot of fish with everything. So like caviar or herring or sprats with sour cream and crepes is like the go-to thing. You can eat it.
Oh, you turned my stomach. Just thinking
People
about
eat it all the
oh,
time. You
mhm.
can order it in any restaurant almost. So
See, I'm not a sour cream fan. I'm sure people are judging right now. So I
Yeah,
don't,
No,
no,
you can use Greek yogurt probably instead of that too. But
or a garbage can, whatever comes first.
no, no.
Grapes and fish don't seem to match up to me.
Bradford Backwoods, you are so right.
Yeah.
I think the best pizza Steph and I have ever made at home was grilled.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was phenomenal.
I've never tried it, but does it really come out as good as everybody says?
Yeah,
Chad thinks it's the best ever because he made it. So that's why.
No, that's my dad.
Sorry, Dad, if you ever watched it. I love you. But no, yeah. So
It was really good.
It was really good though. You gotta admit, it was really good.
It just makes the crust like super good and like crispy, but it doesn't like make
Yeah.
the whole thing crispy. So it's still
That's what I would think too. You'd have that nice soft edge on the other side, and the nice, like you say, toasted bit on the back. So
exactly kind of like brick oven pizza sort of.
yeah.
Maybe just the brick oven
Like
just does something different to it.
yeah, true, but it's close. It's probably as close as you get unless you have a brick oven. I
Yeah.
would say.
it's really good. Also, I do like mashed potatoes with sour cream, Patsy. I saw you just had that. I do like my mashed potatoes with sour cream, so I'm not that weird. And I'm jealous. That's why I said that.
He doesn't like to know about it though. It's like the same with onions with Chad. It's like you can't tell him it's in there. Like you have to just mix it in beforehand and then just let him eat it.
I'm on
and
the live
then,
stream. I just
like-
talked about you. I love you. Bye.
That's his dad.
So
But yeah, so you have to like mix it in beforehand and then he'll eat it. But if you tell him, he's like, no.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the same as with kids. You just gotta mix it in. And
yeah. See, anytime, yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Welcome to my world, folks. You see where it goes? Yeah,
When I was like 5 or 6, I had the plate that had the food separator.
Yeah, he still eats like that. So.
No, I don't.
Oh my god, you guys are awesome.
It's so amazing to watch. I love it. Oh my god. My sister's favorite food is onion rings. She absolutely loves onion rings, except she doesn't like onions.
I mean, anything fried is good.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not a huge onion fan either, but I'll eat some onion rings.
Yeah, but you won't eat the onions in them. She sits there and pulls them all out. It's like, what is the point?
The crusting around it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably really delicious.
Yeah, well, I got another term for it, but I'll not get into it on it.
We throw them on our burgers. We love doing that.
Oh yeah, they make all the difference, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh my god, I'm getting so hungry right now.
Yeah, I know. Bottle caps yesterday. Of barbecued pork.
Yes.
That was something.
Bottle caps, yes. He was sending us pictures from the grill. He was doing the pork loin. It looked like was an actual pork chop. I forget.
Pork chops.
It was,
Yeah, and he sent us picture yesterday because he was.
I wish he would have sent us food, but no.
No, well, from BC, it's gonna come cold, so you know.
Not as good.
That's right. 2 weeks later in airmail, it doesn't have the kind of zing to it anymore.
Fresh off the grill.
It'll taste like herring and crepes by then.
Oh my. You were talking at the beginning that you guys were living 3 hours apart before. Can you tell a little bit more how you got together?
Yeah.
Like, where did you meet?
I knew she was going to ask it a while ago.
Because I'm like, dang, long distance relationship.
Yeah. So I can talk about that.
Go ahead.
So we've been together for 7 going on 8 years. 6 going on 7.
7 next month. Yeah.
7 next month. Yeah. Oh, wow. And so
I love that. Wow, that is so classic. That's so what I would say without even.
She knows I love her.
Oh my god.
So, anyways. She went to the University of Arkansas, and I went to Pittsburgh State University, which is in Kansas. The reason why I went there was because I played college football for them, and so I was there playing football and going to school, and she was at Arkansas going to school. So we were apart for 3 years. Well, we met in high school originally. We had like 7 classes. I skipped that part because I didn't want to tell you. We had like 7 classes together, and I'm just going to jump to the catch. The whole way that I hit Steph up was through Facebook, and I asked what her name was.
After already
hitting her up on Facebook, so I had to like look her name up to get to her profile.
Super lame.
Anyways, here we are now. So yeah.
I hope I didn't get you in trouble with this question.
Yeah. So now, yeah, we were like 2 hours apart from each other for like 3 years.
Hard though.
Then, yeah, she came to all the games, and she was there during the weekends, and then during the spring, during off season, I would come and hang out with her during the weekend. So we made it work.
Yeah. I think also I graduated, like, Chad, since he played football, was in school for like almost 6 years, 5 or 6 years, just because of how all the like rules and stuff work. And I graduated like 2 years before him. I think I graduated in 3 years, and you graduated in 5.
I got my undergrad in 3, master's in 2.
Yeah, something like that. There was like a 2-year gap between when I had already graduated and he was still there. So like I was able to stay longer periods and then just drive to work and whatever. But yeah, I think it was fine. And then we have lived together for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So that's good. Better, definitely. Spend more time with it.
And the whole time he was talking, it was like you were grading him. I could just see the eyes like, okay, remember that part.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
That's why I said
He's wearing the first day I saw him.
What did you say?
I talk a lot back.
That's why I said I hope I didn't get Chad in trouble by this question because
I just think it's always so fun to just listen to his rendition of the story. It's always true, but it's just like, okay, let's see it from
I
your
tell it too, but I
perspective.
just like put my head down. It's like
just blinders on and full form.
No, but it's so cute. So you guys are high school sweethearts. That's That's
We didn't actually date in high school, so that was a weird thing. We were just friends in high school, and then we didn't start dating until college. But I mean, yeah, we knew each other in high school.
We were definitely high school sweethearts. So like we both liked each other. We just never really became anything until after high school.
Yeah, true. That's
okay.
That's so cool.
What is your master's in? What did you graduate, guys, in?
Yeah, so I have an undergrad in marketing, and then I have a master's in public relations and communication.
Wow! Wow!
Very nice.
Wow! Yeah. I'm sure it works well now.
Exactly.
With what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm still playing football, so I actually don't use my degree right now.
You use it in YouTube.
But true, I do use it in YouTube. But she's the genius of the family. It is true. What'd you get your degree in?
My degree is in finance and marketing too. So
finished in 3 years.
Finance and marketing. That's so cool. Wow.
Sorry, my daughter's here for a second. She come to show us her Band-Aid came off. I apologize.
Oh, no, not Band-Aid.
You want to hear? They don't want to see that. I think that's okay. Okay, here, come here.
Oh, hi.
Say hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Very good. I take off my bandages.
Oh.
Bandages off.
You need a new one.
Yeah.
Does it feel better?
I know they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it.
Does it feel better?
As exciting as that is.
A kiss makes everything better.
Good.
Yeah, we'll go get a new one after. Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Here, you like cats? He'll make you happy.
Oh, look, cats! Look at the cats! Look at the kitties!
Oh, look at how happy she is. Say hi, Zacy Cakes.
Just sit there.
So he's like a dog. He knows how to sit. He comes. Like we bring him everywhere we go.
So cool.
Yeah,
Just a big fluffy. Look at
that.
Piecey Cakes.
All right. Go back down. Thanks, buddy.
Back to sleep.
Say good night.
Say good night.
Hi. I hope you feel better.
There you go.
So you were saying you're still
Sorry
playing.
about that, guys.
Sorry. You were saying you're still playing football?
Yeah. So I got done with college a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I just had the opportunity to continue at the next level. And so I'm a free agent right now. I've worked out for a couple teams in the NFL and CFL, and I'm just kind of bouncing around working out for them. Yeah. So that's kind of what it tastes like. Yeah. So we might be in y'all's neck of the woods potentially. But that's why we started this whole thing, was because I have time between workouts, and we travel a lot for workouts and Steph's work. So.
So for what teams have you or are you playing then?
Yeah, so I worked out for Edmonton Eskimos, and then I have a workout in 2 weeks with Ottawa.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's right up y'all's neck. Yeah, right up y'all's alley. So.
It's like 2 hours from us. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah. Well, so we might be potentially neighbors.
There you go. That's perfect. Wow, amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I think that.
Yeah, he's done like a few NFL teams.
Yeah, I had some NFL workouts. The Bears and the Rams. I worked out for them, and so I'm just kind of bouncing around right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting process. It's a lot different than college,
yeah,
but it's awesome.
Sure.
I love it. It's different competition, and gives me a chance to kind of try something else. So it's fun. But and then Steph works for Heineken. So that's really cool for now.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
You guys really are. Sorry. Yeah.
So we're bouncing around a ton. That's why we're always so busy, is because we got our YouTube channel, and then we have our own like kind of personal career lives, and then
which like I travel a ton for work too. So I'm out of town sometimes, and Chad's out of town sometimes for tryouts and stuff. So we're all over the place. But
it's good though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Bottle Caps is asking, what position do you play?
I'm actually a place kicker. Random position. I bet you would have never thought of that. But yeah.
I knew a guy who was a place kicker for the Alouettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The big music company I worked for, it was one of the sales reps, his son was Diner, but I can't remember his first name. I don't know. This was about 7-8 years ago at least.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why that position was just the weird.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, no, I love it. It's a ton of fun. It's a random position, but I love it. It's a challenge.
Because I had to take Audrey for a second. With the CFL, is there a certain team?
Ottawa, they might be coming
Ottawa.
here.
Actually, yeah, I have a workout in like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks with them, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's cool. That's my favorite city in Canada.
I love it. Yeah.
Nice. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah,
That would
Truly will like it too.
for sure. I agree.
Ottawa's like the city of museums. They got every museum known to man is there, and it looks a lot like Edinburgh, Scotland. I would say that's what it always reminded me of.
Oh, before I'd love to go. We always want to. We always want to go there.
That is so cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully.
Well, let us know if you're coming. I mean, we'll get together or something. That would be amazing.
Oh, for sure. That'd be awesome. That'd be a ton of fun.
That would be super fun.
You're only about an hour and a half from Montreal at that point.
Yeah,
that's what she said. Yeah,
We'll
and
have
then
to make an extended trip out of it.
if we go to Canada anyways, we'll have to definitely meet up for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a ton of fun.
Well,
Heineken's really good. We like if you haven't tried Tastebuds, that's my personal. That's true. You might not have
Depending
it.
on where they live, but if you have it, try it.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
You got a lot of favorites here tonight, boys. Everybody was excited to have that you guys were coming on. So
thank you guys so much for having us. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through and catch up on all these vetting.
Getting pulled away again.
Oh, getting pulled away again. See you guys later. Have a great night.
Yes, definitely like.
Yeah, definitely throw them a like, subscribe. I'm sure you already subscribed.
Is it okay to say what happened yesterday? Or?
Well, I guess. Sorry, TriStar. I think.
TriStar happened.
But her husband got hit, so she had to go and get him. Yeah, his truck, and 7 hours apart from where she was. So.
Because he's driving the semi right now, isn't he?
The truck, I guess, is not going to be too well, but he's fine though. So
yeah, that's
okay. All right, thank goodness. If you're still here, TriStar, I'm really glad that he's all right, and totally understand getting off. Definitely go be with your family.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what amazes me so much is how we're getting to know all you guys so well now, like this, and that's a great example. We wouldn't even know that before. We would just another. Wait till the next video comes. Oh, why haven't they put one up in a while? But
wow, it sucks.
It makes the world a little smaller. It sucks, but at least they know they have a few more people that are pulling for them tonight. So
for sure.
Send them all the good vibes.
And at least he's all right. That's what matters.
Oh, I think my shirt has good vibes.
Oh yeah, it does. Good vibes. Love when things fall into place.
Good vibes.
But no, thank you guys so much for having us again.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm about to go grill some burgers.
My heart's with you, man. My heart's with you.
Hey, if y'all can come, I'd say more the merrier. I wish. We can live stream it if you really want.
But watch what you say that, because we tend to take off sometimes with the kids. We go sometimes with 15 minutes notice, and we've gotten back a week later.
Yeah.
We travel a lot with the kids since they were babies. They've been traveling, and
last summer we took off just to visit our friends not far from Kingston in Ontario, just for a weekend. Well, ended up we went on a trip to Great Lakes for a week.
We went right to the end of Ontario and came back the other way. A week later, we got home.
No things packed, nothing. Just continued on. So.
That's cool. You have the freedom to just
I love it.
Whenever you want to go and go where you want to go. That's awesome.
And if you get them used to it early, I hear we were saying the other night, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't. The kids don't like to travel." If you get them used to it early, kids travel better than we do because they don't take near much space.
Same with our pets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, both of us traveled as kids too.
That's a bad comparison.
No, but it is true. Like, it's the same for you. Can't expect somebody 3/4 of the way, like into their teens, or with an animal like 3/4 of the way into their life, to start traveling everywhere you go. It's not going to work.
Just make it their normal, so that way whenever they're older, that's just what they're used to.
Also, both of us. I mean, both of our families traveled a lot when we were younger, and so I think it really translated into us now because we love to travel. I mean,
they planted a seed there. You can see it in the way you guys are today. That answers a lot of questions just by you guys saying that right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, very fortunate for our families. They took us everywhere. Yeah.
When Audrey was 4 and Chris was 8, we took a trip for 6 weeks to Europe, and we left and we spent 7 days in Iceland with no hotel, just a Honda Civic. And we slept in the car.
My dream. I want to do Iceland.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Iceland again.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Yeah, we will definitely have to talk. Just like one-on-one on the phone, something about this for sure.
Some people like London, some people like New York, some like here and there. But everybody that I've ever met's gone to Iceland. There's not one person ever said they were unhappy with their trip.
And once you go there, you want to come back again and again and again.
Wait, so excited!
It's a badge of honor.
Yep.
And I'm so pumped. Yeah, it's been a long time waiting, and it's even more fun because we're gonna be able to video it, so it's just gonna be awesome. I'm excited to do that part.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And like you can see the northern lights, and it's gonna be like once again Celsius. I'm sorry, but like the temperatures we were talking, 5-8 degrees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're not freezing to death. Like it's not like northern Canada or Alaska where you're like minus 30 something.
Yeah, you're sitting there just
yeah.
And actually, the light window is pretty wide. They start them at the end of August. So by the time you're going to be there at the end of the year, unless it's cloudy, it's pretty often occurrence, so to say.
Yeah.
Good. We'll give ourselves a few days, like a few opportunities to see them, just to make sure that we actually get to
one little extra cool tidbit. If you guys are traveling there, usually you're going with either Icelandair or WoW Air. Icelandair, definitely WoW Air. Sometimes you get the free stopover. That's what made Iceland such a popular tourist destination. And that's what we did on our wedding. So like we flew there and we stayed for 3 days, got back on the plane and we went to Sweden. So there was a free stopover. We didn't have to pay anything.
Oh, that's amazing.
And on the way back, we flew through Norway.
Yep.
To Montreal with a 7-day stopover. And that's when we had our honeymoon. So we actually went twice and never had to pay the charges.
Oh, that's amazing. We'll have to make sure. I have heard of like the free stopover, but we definitely need to figure out how to take advantage of it.
Yeah, we do.
Airlines from where we live, it's really weird. The airline systems, like out of Northwest Arkansas, is just expensive. And
it's like the tiniest airport.
So it's
like a regional airport. It's not even an international airport, so it's like a disaster to get out of here. But we're gonna figure it out.
That's the same for us. Like in Canada, it's horrible. It's one of the most expensive places to fly in the world. Like to fly from Montreal to Vancouver, you could fly to Europe and do like half your trips for the same price.
You were telling you booked a flight whenever you went to Canada. You said it was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It really is because it's all unionized. It's heavily sank. That's what kills it. So, like in Europe, I've flown places. I flew Edinburgh to Liverpool. It cost me $15 Canadian one way.
It's so cheap to fly in Europe or like travel with Europe. Once you get there, it's just like the best. I wish that were the same here. Like I feel like it shouldn't be as expensive to fly within the United States, but it's like like you said, you can get somewhere that's like 5 hours away for more than it would take you to fly to Europe, and it's just
it's ridiculous. There's no sense to it. We're supposed to be promoting travel within our own countries,
But people are incentivized to fly other places because it's cheaper. But
100%. Well, you're just throwing your money away, like at that point. I was just one last picture because Xenia told us about our business we had in Iceland.
Yeah.
Audrey was on our business card, and that was when we did the trip. That's a picture of her there.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
That is adorable.
Yeah, we did a little collaboration with Icelandic Knitting Association. So that's original Icelandic sweater.
Outfit is so cute. It fits in so perfectly with the lady.
Yeah, she looks like a little Viking girl. Yeah,
we did a little photo shoot. So
adorable. Yeah, so happy.
Sorry, I know father had to show off his daughter. I know, sorry.
No, you should.
I mean, we just had our cats.
Yeah, I was about to say, cats.
Our daughter enjoyed that. She loves animals.
And babies are babies, whether they're animals or my sister's like that. She never wanted children. Her dogs are her babies, and I get it. So everybody at their own time, and if they do or don't, they're always somebody that's caring for them. It's something to care for them.
Somebody got to take care of them. Yeah, either way.
I know. He's high maintenance.
My sister got a Burmese, and he was having trouble walking, and they found out the reason why because he weighs 173 pounds.
Wow.
That is a big dog.
Oh.
That's a dog.
A Burmese.
Yeah.
I eat some green bean diet.
She was telling us at Christmas her husband went to get them groomed, and they came home, and they always put a bandana on them. And it was yellow, and my sister said, well, that's kind of a weird color. It's Christmas, not green or red. He said they tried for 20 minutes. They couldn't find one that fit them.
That poor dog.
Bandana
it's not his fault he's big.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
That's like Zoe.
Yeah, true.
My parents have like 120-pound Great Pyrenees.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's super cute.
she's so big. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. But this is here. We'll show off our other dog and then.
Yes, please.
If you want to stay chat, you can for a little bit. Millie, come here real quick.
So
Is she asleep?
she's coming slowly.
Aw.
Here.
She's had a hard day working on the Airstream.
Yeah, I know. They get so into it. Eh? They're beat after.
Yeah, she's exhausted.
They earn their keep.
Our 50-pound mutt. Hi, baby. Say hi, everyone.
Oh, tired.
Look how tired. Hey, look at the eyes. So they're
Yeah.
just like hanging.
She looks so pathetic.
So it's all right.
Say bye, girls.
Poor dog. Look at the eyes. Oh my god.
What's puppy's name?
Her name's Millie.
Millie. Oh. The eyes were just too amazing. It's like, oh, I worked so hard today. Go.
Sorry, back in her bed.
I know.
Yeah.
But thank you guys again. Seriously, thank you guys so much. I'm really glad that we did this. This is our first. We've never done anything like this before, so we're really glad that we could do it with you guys.
Neither did we do a couple weeks ago, so don't feel bad. You know?
I'm glad. No, yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool what you guys are doing. I think it's a really awesome concept because you don't have to like literally worry about having to make a whole entire video to collaborate with somebody. Just hop on the live stream and just talk. It's
we never thought of ever doing. We didn't want to do it. We were dead set against it, actually. But
on the other side of the lens, we weren't really thinking.
But that was our whole thing. If we're gonna do it, let's find a way that works for us. And this is what we love doing with it. So you guys have been such a pleasure tonight.
It's a great idea. Yeah. Thank you again. Yeah. Thank you everybody who popped in or is still in. I think we have 10 people still watching.
To go respond.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna go through the comments after we eat dinner because I'm starving. I apologize.
Yes.
You don't want any hangry comments on your YouTube channel. But thank you guys again so much. It's been a blast.
Let's get in touch when you are coming over here. It will be amazing to connect in live too.
Please do.
Yeah, well, Twitter message for sure probably is the best way to reach us. Anybody, whoever wants to reach out, Twitter is probably the best way.
Yeah, we'll let you know if we come up your way too. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We have to.
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. This is what it's all about.
So much fun.
So much fun. Thank you guys again. Seriously.
From the pleasure's all ours, guys. Thank you so much for coming and enjoy your hamburgers, and we'll keep in touch. Okay.
We will. Y'all have a great night too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Good night now.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, I got it for you.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, our touring Tastebuds. If you missed that, you definitely want to go back and watch it after it uploads.
And those are good people because you see right there, they're the exact same as they are when they're doing their videos. There's no change in character, nothing like that. Genuine.
They're so cute, my God.
I know you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
They're cute. Yes, definitely. I really hope they come this way and we can connect in real life. Too. I think it would be awesome. And if they come to Montreal, I mean, show the best places for tasting.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
You definitely
got smoked meat. They'll have to go
smoked meat. My God, there's so many places. It's hard to choose what even. Oh my God, yes. Okay.
That is so good. Yeah, no,
and thank you for inspiration for the Made with Love, made by Puša Studios, which is going to be coming in Resurrection probably soon. So thank you. I'll definitely will be giving credit to you for that, Stephanie, for sure. Once I have it up and running, Andrew's like, oh my God.
It's gonna be a long.
But people were saying, "Oh, I'm looking forward to it."
I know they were.
Chat, so there is support.
I'm going to get all the chat part.
Yeah. And support our guests. We have all the links of Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and their blog link as well in description below. So hit those buttons, follow, so you know where that Airstream is going. We want to know how it's going. So you want to know too.
T-Throg is going to... T-Throg, excuse me, is heading out. So thank you so much for coming by. It was a real pleasure. Hope we can have you back again. So we do it every night except for usually Sundays. Yeah. So we have lots of guests lined up for the next 2 weeks. So
let's just quickly look at that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Quick overview.
There we go.
Overview.
Oh,
Now, next week is all full again with amazing guests. We're going to be covering...
Don't say all full so close together. Is all full. That's a tricky one.
Is all full with guests. Is that slow enough?
That's good. That's lovely.
And we're so excited. It's busy, but it's good busy. We're gonna have few car show. We're gonna have a car show. So if you're interested in cars and anything and everything around that, you definitely want to tune in for that. We're gonna have our usual Tuesday Tech on Tuesday. What a surprise. Tuesday Tech on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so if you have any questions about video editing, photo editing, social media, tutorials, I know last stream yesterday, people were requesting a tutorial or so to say a live workflow of video or photo editing. I don't know if Henry's going to be up to that. We'll see. But definitely if you have any questions, shoot them up.
I don't think
Twitter.
so, Bottle Cap. He never stops.
Oh my God, no! I said I'm soft and cuddly. That's awful.
She can yell at cameras all she wants. She's not yelling at me.
Exactly. No. I'm just. Andrew said I have to talk louder, so I try to be soft like I am, but.
Thank you so much, This Natural Journey. Also to T-Throg. I think you're gone now, but thank you so much again, guys, for coming, and welcome back, Black Star EDM.
Yeah, we're gonna have another awesome traveling couple next Wednesday, and Miss Kathy with her family, and looks like her 3 sons and her husband and her daughter is gonna be on.
That's gonna be amazing.
So that's
really
that's
cool.
gonna be so cool. It's gonna be really family friendly, and bottle caps for you too.
Bottle caps better behave.
So tune in with us on Monday. We have a guest, and 8 p.m., 8 to 10 Eastern, every day except Sunday. We are here.
Yep, that is correct.
Thank you all for coming in who are here, and don't forget to come back and like and comment on the stream once it's uploaded.
We're still on for a little bit more.
Yeah, no, just
okay. No, you sound like you're closing every shop down. Gosh. Jeez.
No. I just for those of you guys who are leaving now, I just wanted to remind to come back and comment on the video once it's up. That's all. Come back, Black Star. Yep. Come back and
have a chat as well. We're going to be here for a bit. Yeah, we're still here. That's what I'm trying to say. It sounds like she's always closing down the shop.
Well, because we will have one part with our guests, you know, and then some people are leaving. I want them to know when they can come back. And
yeah, I know, but you sound like the TV when it used to go off the air for the day. Like, this concludes our programming, and talk to you later. See you next time. Smash the like button. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so glad to have all you guys here. God, at first we had what, 26?
Yeah, YouTube has been having problems, and some people were coming back and saying that they have been...
It's getting their Black Star.
Oh, thankfully that was cut off yesterday. There's only 2 hours of our live stream up from yesterday. So if anybody missed it, what we did afterwards, well, too bad. It's so sad. It's not on.
T-Throg was here, still was listening to your see, they were listening to you, so he didn't think it was completely shot.
Well, that's great.
More positive than I was. I don't mind.
Yeah. No, I seen a couple of people were saying coming back that they have been booted out of the live stream, and it has been a problem. I have been booted out of other people's live streams as well, and I've noticed in the last week it has been happening more and more. They might be changing some kind of updates or something. Yeah. So if you get cut off, just try to refresh it and come back, because we're still here.
That's been going on now, literally a week and a half.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
and that's why sometimes it's a real drop in like viewers because they get booted out, which is unfortunate. It's also unfortunate that they have reduced the you know, the record time for 2 hours.
I think it's just because they're getting so bombarded now with live streams because there was some doing like gigantic ones all the time. And they're just having trouble with server space. So once again, we're all getting punished for some that went too far with it. So
yeah, I mean, you know, as we said, usually we try and get our guests in the like a very first part of our live stream. So that is definitely going to be on, and that's what matters the most. But
yeah,
it's still definitely not good, especially for people who are live streaming for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm trying not to. I had been happening to me as well. I have to reset the video a lot. Yes, exactly. And it's such a pain, but edit my streams into decent videos. Yeah, I know. It's the same thing here. I've been contemplating that as well.
It's easier if you do that
OBS.
OBS.
Yeah. OBS is a lot. Not that I'm an expert on it. I'm just starting to even think of opening it. I've had it on the computer.
If you do the live with your designs or drawing, it probably would be better because if you don't have guests, then it's probably better to go on OBS. Yeah.
Okay, I see what they're doing. Okay, yeah, they sent them the private, download them, edit them, and then I like delete the old one.
Yeah, but if you delete the old one, then you delete all the views and watch time too.
Yeah, that's true. That's why, like, even our preview, our promo videos we put in the day, the 1 minute one for a guest is going to be on that evening. I still save them, even though it's 1 minute. I mean, they all add up because we're doing a lot. I just mark them as unlisted.
Yes, so don't delete them. I wouldn't suggest deleting. Just unlist it because yeah.
Be careful with OBS and don't try to stream and record. Okay.
Can you expand on that? Still cold and nasty in Montreal?
No, it was beautiful today. For the first time, we were able to open the windows in weeks.
Well, I've slept today till 2 o'clock, so I didn't see any of that. So I must say no. It's not sunny. No, it was a blue sky, to be honest. But it was cold. Kids went outside and they came back and said it was cold. So
yeah,
but it's getting there, so that's good. It's better to make them unlisted. You can still see them if somebody goes to your channel and looks for them.
Yeah.
They're still available to watch. It's just they're not on the same video, array. When you go to all videos, it's not going to show up. If you go and look for the specific video, it is going to show up.
It's not going to be in our recommended videos either. The unlisted ones.
No, exactly. That's what I'm
saying. It's not like that's what you were saying a second ago. No, exactly. So. YT purged 9 subs today. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Been there. That's common. And sometimes they're purging too because they're hitting a bunch that did it. Like they added you too fast so that you lose them on both sides. It's just part of this game and YouTube. I mean, there's no way around it. It's the way it works. And you just got to say, one night, the most favorite loss was 21 in one night. And it sucks, but then you just got to say, well, if I'm going to keep doing this, I'll just get back on the horse. And
yeah, it happens all the time, unfortunately. I have an old Asus Windows laptop that's like 2 years old. It's a gaming machine, but the graphics card is old. So I ran into an issue where my GPU couldn't handle the load. So when I recorded and streamed, it lagged, started, died, and disconnected.
Yeah, exactly. That's a hardware issue for sure. It's just not able to buffer enough. And like I say, I'm not a live streaming expert. We literally had no intention of doing it.
No, yeah.
If you looked at our set, I mean, here, show you.
How are you going to show them the set?
Well, we have the camera. I don't think they need to see that one. We're going to be upgrading soon now. We got to do it, but we had to look around because we hadn't been studying it. But literally, there's my Rode mic that I use. That's from my video camera, and I'm using the same thing. There's a box because that was on the clip that goes onto my DJI Osmo. So I just found a box here that was the same size, and I counterweighted it by a set of Allen keys that I had on my guitar. So they're there.
Then there's stacked books to
have stacked books that the camera sits on too. So you get the full grill.
My reflector from photography and a tripod and our 2 floor lamps. Yay!
So as you can see, it's not the most expensive set in the world, but it still works for now. But we're going to be making some changes now. There's my computer. Come across through everything. There's Xenia's. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And that's it.
That's our studio.
Lady Borders, thank you for coming. She's popping in and out between two streams. So thank you. Much appreciated, though, for running it still. That's much appreciated. Looking forward to your Monday stream with a Latvian fellow as a guest.
Yes,
so
that's true.
I'm
that's right.
Rooting for it. I'm bringing the flags, as I said, one in each hand. I'm looking into one of the coolest things coming out of the Twitchverse. Art Geek Design says. Art Geek Design should probably build a dedicated PC for that. 2 motherboards, 2 HD, 2 processor in one case. Oh my god. Slave together so you can stream and game stuff.
In a perfect world, exactly.
Oh, they're talking about cooling. Most of them are water or oil based.
Yeah.
Water. I know. I don't know anything about computers.
Oil is a whole different ball of
wax. It's just water. Yeah. It's nothing special. It's just regular water.
Yeah, it's water. There is the odd one that does mineral oil, but that's a whole different genre of
it's water.
Yeah. Good cell life. Welcome. So good to have you here.
Yes, welcome back, by the way. Yeah. Everybody's popping in and out. Once again, if you missed some of our stream and amazing time restoring Tastebuds, definitely come back and check it because it was really awesome. They're so cute. They're so amazing.
I agreed with Blackstar for I would rather just a Ryzen 7 for streaming. Exactly. And that's what I'm looking at. I got to put something together pretty soon because I also for editing as well. And I'll either the 2700X that just came out or go for the 1800X.
Yeah, enclosed. Yes. Look, see, with watching Linus Tech Tips with you, I can answer now these questions. So I never would have thought I could do. Yes, it's enclosed cooling system with the regular water running through it. You can even color it in different shades.
That's
and put sparkles.
God, I'm impressed to hear you. Salut, Mano et Fish. Comment ça va ce soir? And to run Adobe products that are also
well, we have Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere, After Effects, Audition, like it's all Adobe, so we're quite familiar with the load of that, definitely.
I'm a big fan of the Ryzen series. That was a long time coming to start forcing Intel to lower some prices because it was just a disgusting monopoly for a while. And no, they're not the top in the benchmarks, but they're so good at everything rounded for multitasking. I mean, the thread count is great. I also look at thinking of Threadripper, but really, it's just over. I mean, I'd love to have it in a perfect world, but I'd just go with the Ryzen 7. It's overkill. That's just not worth it for the bang for the buck.
Yeah. Oh, Argig gives sons want to start a gaming channel.
I'm just reading that.
Yeah. Well, can't they just run it through the screen share? Like there's a program. Our son was telling me about the program that records or shares what you're doing when you're gaming. Like it's a bit different share screen or recording than we use now in Hangouts. And then, I mean, you know, all those little kids that do their gaming channels, I'm pretty sure don't have the big rigs to do so. So should look into that.
So I'm just looking. I just want to double check our oh my! I was trying to say Greek. I could see it
Geek
every time.
Design.
Art Geek Design. It sounds like your laptop's a lot like mine because I have the 840M in my laptop, 7th generation, and I switched out the hard drive and put an M.2 in and left the 1 terabytes generational type. I put in 16 gigs of RAM, which was the max. See, a GTX 50 is a nice. Oh, it's in your laptop. Yeah, because you get the HQ. Well, that's pretty good for a laptop.
This sounds like a teacher from Charlie Brown when you talk computers.
What's new with you? The good life, good cell life.
Yeah, they're all talking computers. I might as well just. Oh, okay, guys.
Bottle caps too is trying again. I knew Muddlecast was coming somewhere into this.
Yeah. We're going to talk about this more on Tuesday. I'm sure there's going to be more people chiming in about their computers. Got it for 800. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty good for sure. You're in, where are you based out of, Blackstar?
If I were more savvy and less dangerous towards electronics, I might kit bash my laptop and get a new motherboard, but I don't dare touch inside of things. Well, yeah, laptops are laptops. That's why it's just better to pay somebody to do it. It's just too tedious. Like Andrew put together our main computer here, whatever it's called, don't ask me. But the laptop, you know, sometimes it's just better because it's not worth the trouble for like extra $30, whatever. Just give it to somebody and they're going to change it for you. So
exactly. Laptops are a whole other breed, and not only do I not know how to do much inside them, I really don't want to know how much to do inside them. It's just not for me. It's too confined. That's for somebody else to take care of, not me.
sligdeals.net, that's where the deals are for Blackstar EDM.
Yeah,
check it out.
Interesting.
Do they ship to Canada too, I wonder? Good Cell Live just got done the live streaming. Had to come to check out the professionals.
Oh God, don't be crazy. God, sorry we missed yours. We'll have to catch one. Do you do them at different times, or do you have a schedule, or just when you feel like doing it? I've been starting to catch a lot more people's live streams. I'm really looking around to see what other people are doing, and the laptops are very upgradable. Aren't very upgradable. Exactly. That's one. 100%. Hey, UP4204 is here. Welcome. So great to have you. JB's Adventures.
I think some people are coming here after 10 usually, like UP4204. Because they want to see the Adult Swim portion.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they're coming here for.
I want to see when it all hits the fan. I don't blame you, as I'd be the same way.
Especially after last week's one, I think that's what people are doing now. When you feel like it, yeah, well, why not? We're gonna go and check it out afterwards for sure. Okay, our Geek Design normal live streams are like at 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Nobody shows because everybody's sleeping.
Oh God, well, sometimes our daughters got up a lot earlier than that.
Well, I should remember that. Today she was up at 6, and that's why I slept till 2 today, because she was up at 6 a.m. and I tried to tell her to go to sleep, but it didn't work for a while.
Yes, Blackstar, I have After Effects. I don't do much with it anymore, especially with the time. I just don't have the time for it. I would love to.
Yeah, Eastern, so I'll try it. Sorry.
But it's a big commitment anytime to do. I mean, I still use it in my videos sometimes for a little thing. But the nice thing is with Premiere now adding in basic elements as element essentials, and it does most of what I need for my videos now, like thirds and all kinds of stuff like that. Gives me more control over with the titles. But yeah, it's always, whenever I go into it, it's like, oh God, here goes the next 4 hours, because I don't do it all the time, so I got to kind of refresh myself a little bit. And the projects are usually a lot longer. But I would like to, I think maybe next year, that's kind of my goal, is to start doing more with it.
Single mom with 2 kids, one of them is 6. How old is the other one? So I have to keep her up late on Friday so I can stream on Saturday morning. Yeah. I feel hours. Like she wakes up at 6, and then she lets me sleep, but she also checks every 10 minutes if I'm still sleeping. So, and then today, thankfully, I fell asleep for a bit longer, and whoever was up took her off.
So she was up before all of us, so she kind of took.
Because she was up at 6, so we spent a little bit of time together, and then I just knocked out until 2. So
here's a little something. When I was looking tonight, we were talking about pictures, and then I seen it come up in my Facebook feed from back when. This summer, I was driving in Montreal, and my son and I, he was in the front seat with me. He's 11 now. He was 10 at the time. And we're going along on the highway, about 15 kilometers outside of Montreal, but still on the island. And I heard a loud bang, and sounded like something got caught in the wheels and shot out. So I went to pull over, and I was in the fast lane, so I had to pull over 2 lanes and then in the shoulder. And this white car came in behind me. And I thought they seen what hit my car and just stopped to see it was okay until I got out and looked and seen what was in her windshield. And here's a picture of this. You're not going to believe this. That's what was in her windshield.
Yeah.
And we figured it must have come off of one of those lawn care trucks with the trailer behind it. And I probably got the handle, and she got that.
Well,
And she was sitting in the car. Oh yeah, she was frozen. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And I opened the door, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she was just standing there. And she had little speckles of glass all over her, and she was in shock. And she's like, "I can't." She kept saying, "I can't believe it didn't hit me." And I was thinking in my head, because you can't really see it right there. I got better pictures somewhere else, but all of it's inside. It's just that top corner on the upper side that didn't go through, and a bit of the handle. But she was a very, 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 very lucky girl that day. And I stayed with her, and I called 911, and finally they came. The ambulance came first. The police still weren't there yet. And they took care of her, and I left, and we never thought to exchange information. So Xenia took this picture and put it, sent it to the local English radio station in Montreal, talk radio. And through that, we found her. So we got to reconnect again. So
yeah, I actually interviewed you and
yeah, it was on
as well. Yeah,
it was on a couple of TV stations and radio stations,
station,
and yeah. But she was very lucky that day. All right, just seen that and thought I'd share it with you guys.
There's some technical questions about the video editing software. Well, you see, like lots of people use different kinds, and as we said before, it depends what you're doing it for and what kind of videos you have. We use Adobe products, but there are lots of things up onto video movie maker that people use successfully to just cut and edit, crop and stick together the videos, and that's fine too. There are lots of, and I again, say that sometimes you can do even better things with your phone apps. And one of the apps that I've been using for video editing for Android is Magisto or Magisto. It's called. I never know how to pronounce things. Magisto. It's free and it's very easy, user friendly. You can edit. You can cut, stick it together. There are some effects. There's some filters. It's just nice, easy to understand, and really good quality. Yeah, so that's what I would try to check if there's something on the phone, because oftentimes the free versions on the phone are better than the ones that are available, on a laptop or desktop. There was a question: can AFX do visualizers to audio files? Can After Effects do visualizers for audio files?
Sorry, I was just doing something here for a second. What was the question again?
Can After Effects do visualizers for audio files?
Oh, I'm sure they can. That's something I've never done before. And yeah, that's way out of my realm onto that stuff. Like I say, I stopped video editing for a while when I was a truck driver and stuff like that. I didn't bother with it, so I had to relearn things when I got back into it. But there usually is. But it's going to be a lot of on the coding side, though. You're going to probably get your templates, probably the best way to start, and then do your manipulation of your numbers. So they can support hour-long plus videos, because there's going to be, there is.
I'll send you a link of the app that I was talking about. Check it out if it works for you. I mean, I wasn't doing what you're doing, but as for the interface and
it's changed so much, because there was always shareware, there was always things like that. But I mean, real actual programs, it was kind of Google that shot that into when they did like Google Docs and stuff like that. It was the first time that somebody took on all these bigger companies head on. Because I mean, before they really almost didn't have a stand a chance. If it was graphics, you were 9 chances out of 10 you were going down the road of Adobe for anything visual. And the same like with Microsoft Office Suite and stuff like that. Nobody ever thought somebody could come up with something that would challenge that. But like, look at today.
Oh, there's so many. Like people were mentioning Filmora that are using and things like
Another
that
one
too.
I talked about the other night that you might be able to use too, and they have a free version of it. Actually, is look up DaVinci Resolve.
Yes, yeah. There's a JB's.
Oh yeah,
there's
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's available free now, isn't it?
There's a free and a $1,000 version.
Yeah, but the free
one
is just enough. It's oftentimes you don't need the pro version unless you do it as your job. So
yeah.
Bottle caps. Do you guys drive a minivan?
No, Mazda Tribute. Never owning a minivan. Oh my God, I was in college with Adobe and Macromedia, and then, yes, Art Geek Design. I started studying multimedia integration in 2000, and I mean, we were doing Macromedia Director and Flash. Like Flash, when I took it, was only the second semester they ever offered at the school I was at. Yeah, I as well, JB Adventures. I use Premiere. It's just because that's for me too. Like for me, it was just because I was schooled on it. I'm comfortable with it. But it's not for everybody. You know, that's the thing. Everybody's got to find their own thing that works for them, and it's also a budget as well. If we weren't doing stuff like commercial and that, I don't know if I would be using it. But I probably still would. I'd probably find a way to use it just because I'm so comfortable with it. I looked at DaVinci Resolve and I want to use it because it's really great for denoising video. But I just can't seem to get it's not clicking with me. That's why the layout and stuff. I know you can switch it to like an Adobe Premiere layout type of look, but I was in college for computer animation. My first digital animation software was a DOS-based monster called AniPro. Oh wow, that was horrible. Yeah, everything back then was. It's amazing how intuitive it is. And I'll say it now, as I said other nights. These new features that Adobe Premiere and them have just released are phenomenal. The color matching thing is the thing I've been waiting for my whole life. That takes 3/4 of the workload out because color correction for me takes forever because I'm fussy about it. And there was just no simple way to do it. But now, as I've said before, you guys probably heard it, you'll be able to take a clip and say the other one was shot in a more sunny area, the other one was shot by, it became overcast and all that. You can pick your favorite clip or edit that clip, the color gradient to where you want it to be, color grade, excuse me. Select it, it's going to be like the master clip. Then you're able to select all your other ones, click with a button, and it basically brings those all right up to within the same color scheme. And then you just might have to do like a little bit of light touching after. Some of them not at all.
And UP4204, don't know. I haven't really used green screen and with that program either, but it's just really good for editing and effects, and so I don't know. You're gonna check it out.
See, Art Geek Design, we had Director, and because Director was used for making active those first generation touch screens for like in malls, anything like that. It was Flash, but with more beef to it. And then the Flash, of course, was going more at that time, was still geared towards the internet, which still didn't, most people didn't, only had a 56K. So that's the years when everybody was going crazy with Flash. The first animation ones, which today look primitive, but back then everybody was just smothering their pages with them. So you go on a page and it took about 5 minutes to open one.
Sorry, I'm just back to the green screen again. How is that program, not the Hangouts, but the other one?
OBS.
Yeah, if you use OBS, you can. You don't have to have a green screen, but you can like impose your video that you're talking about, like to look like it's behind you. So instead of doing a live stream, you can just use it to record it like that, and then make a video out of it. If that's what you were asking about, I think that would be the easiest way to do. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was just laughing at
before I forget.
Art Geek Design. Oh my God, all those Flash-based websites made me cry. Yeah. And of course, I went to a liberal school. It was in Montreal, so there's a little more freedom than most other places in North America. we were complaining about the steady. I hated Flash. I said it will never go anywhere. People are gonna get so sick of this. We can't. The bandwidth couldn't support it. Well, I was kind of right and wrong. It went a bit longer than what I was expecting, but it definitely didn't stand the test of time. So we had to do a final project, and everybody's looked the same way. It was just that constantly. And I'd struggled for about 2 weeks, and finally I gave up. I made about 8 templates, hated them all. So I decided to make one for an adult website with just one nude lady onto it that became the menu, and I ended up getting the highest mark in my class for creativity.
Oh, maybe because it was an adult website.
No, it was a girl teacher. She was female.
Wow.
So
it doesn't have to be male to enjoy it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's was
adult.
Yeah. So it worked out for me. It was out of pure frustration. Yeah, that was whenever I learned to use it for what it was.
Chroma key, OBS.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about for UP4204. If you're still there, try it out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading back a little bit because I like Director. Director was always. I like the idea of building interfaces. There was another one. We had to build something that could be a calculator. Now, talk about seeing into the future. I was sitting there and I noticed my StarTAC phone sitting on my desk, and finally got the idea, wow, wouldn't it be cool if a phone could be a calculator? And, well, look at what came just a couple of years later.
So cool, though. I go like how just a couple of years ago we could never have imagined, you know, and now we use our phones for almost like for everything, really. You can live just with a phone.
When back then it was like teachers like, oh, what a creative idea, you know, like and now and then it's
you should have went and licensed it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember doing video editing, and I had my final project, and I was working with Premiere, After Effects. And I had to do a final video on something. We had to do it for business, and that's when the Escalades first came out. And I see them on TV, thought how amazing they looked and stuff. And I ended up making some phone calls in the early day of web when you couldn't just Google somebody so fast. And I got through to GM Canada, and through a lot of talks, it took about 2 weeks. I actually got access to the B-roll footage that they used to shoot one of the commercials. They sent it down and it was on a beta tape. So I had to take it into the main media room where the full video guys that work with the Avid machines were, and put it in and transcribe it into digital, the parts that I wanted. And I got to put the pieces together, and I got 100% on my video when I was done. And GM wanted to see the final product, and they liked it enough, and they put it up on their website. So as far as I know, I was the first person to do an ad for the Escalade that was on the internet. Yeah, the film courses, yes, exactly. They learned Avid. I didn't do it. A guy I was a friend with that was in it, he kind of used to let me go in with him, and sometimes I just watch him do some stuff, try a few things. But because I was taking multimedia integration, mine was more web-based, and that's hence why I was working with Adobe Premiere. Take a look. I might actually have. I wonder. Do you have an eye in the chat for a second?
Yeah, Jeb's Adventure is saying that they use GoPro Quick app on the go.
There was a couple they're not the first ones that are using that one.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're working with them, I mean with GoPro, and that's why some people are using them. And there's no right or wrong one. Just use what you're happy with. There's that's why I mean I have what I like to work with, and I have my reasons for doing it, but it doesn't make it right by any sense. Just looking around here for a second.
I'm just actually reading on the new things that YouTube is implementing with regards to the monetization quality, or I don't know even how to call it, response. Apparently, you are going to be able to flag, honestly, your own video if it has, rude language or sex or something that would be risky, you can disclose it when uploading, and that way it's going to be less likely pulling out of advertising. They're just going to fit it more with the ads that fit that content.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently it should reduce the ones that get demonetized because of that.
That's good.
It's apparently there's a new moderation tools that are in place. So if you are getting monetized, go and check it out. Oh, you got it.
I got it. Yeah. Here's my Chevy Escalade commercial. God, I haven't seen this in a while. Yeah, the mic should be okay. You should hear it. Yeah, that wasn't yesterday.
But pretty timely, though. You wouldn't think it was made so long ago.
I hope so.
I think so.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
And yes, answering, yes, it's more self-censor, but it's less likely to be pulled out of advertising. Because if they just see something risky, they just pull it off. This way, it actually can be customized to the ads that are okay with it right away, instead of taking time to review it and then putting back on and stuff like that. I mean, yes, there's going to be people that are not going to be doing it honestly, but all you have to care is about your own content, if that matters. So
yes, Bottle Cap, that is my Cadillac video. No, it's not my Cadillac vehicle. That was back when they first came out, the Escalade. And they sent me the footage that was made. I made that back in 2001. ASMR Ross, hello, I'm here to show support. Well, I'm so glad to have you here. We're so glad to have you here. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just seen today and I told her I missed her. It's been a while. I want to see how your channel's doing. It's been a while. Let's see here. Let's see. I gotta close the windows here. I got too much stuff going on. Too much.
That's a good video, our Geek Design says.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a long time ago, so it was that was kind of neat to see that. I for me too, because I haven't seen it in so long. ASMR, where are you?
Philip Cockram, yes, that's correct. I mentioned it in my video to the new YouTubes weeks ago. You will have to choose to monetize each video you upload separately. Yes, but then you can choose. That's what I'm saying. It's going to take less time to be approved. And if you, for example, put that it has some profanity in, then instead of pulling, if you don't say it, they just pull your video off, and it might take time to get it back on, or not at all because it takes forever. But this way, they're gonna customize the ads towards your content, even if it has some.
Which means less strikes against you, so that's a benefit
exactly.
too. It saves the whole channel.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, the big companies make the polls and they don't want to be associated with some. I don't agree with it, but there's not much can be done about it. So I guess it's just kind of the new YouTube. Exactly, Philip. It's not the way it used to be, but and I don't like it. For the record, I'm not standing up for it. It's just
but they're trying their best, right now. So I mean, some things have to be updated.
Some people were, when we were talking about After Effects, we had to take a still photo and make it animated using After Effects. This is how long ago it was. This is another one from my days, because this was part of my portfolio, and why I have it is because it's sitting on my server. I don't show it anymore, except here. But oh yeah, I can't play this.
Why you can't? Because of the music?
After, yeah.
Mute it.
Yeah.
Or mute the music.
Oh. sunny down. So basically, it's this magic carpet ride kicks in by Steppenwolf once he feeds once he starts growing everything here. And the cannabis plants grow. So, but anyways, yeah, just picture a magic carpet ride kicking in the moment everything started flashing. Little sacrilege, but we had to use the. And the worst part is I didn't even do it by then. I stopped like when my son was born. So once again, a necessity.
Looks like old Monty Python, Bottle Cap says.
Yeah.
Probably is inspired a bit on that too, and he likes
yeah,
that.
exactly.
I actually enjoy it too.
God, I haven't seen this stuff in a long time. Jeez.
It does look like old Monty Python, our Geek Design says.
That is true. A lot of the stuff I have is copyright protected. I got stuff like with Ozzy Osbourne onto it.
Had to get that Fortnite dub, yes. LOL.
Anybody who's ever done well, probably Art Geek, you probably worked with Poser. It got bought out by Adobe. They still even make it. I couldn't believe all those old 3D.
Welcome to Living Adventure. Air, land, or by sea. It's your choice. It's your race. Fly at 18 to 110 Take a vehicle, ascend, and adventure will find you. That's
So
the
old.
adventure experience. Again, when you get that wrong next week. Picking up one racer. Drive the dusty object of truck across the bare desert. Go in the each tank. Choose a hot air balloon.
It was supposed to be a video game that it was making like a preview for it. Oh God, I can't use that too. That's copyright. I forgot what song it was.
Well, the only savior is now that they're going to be cutting off. Like we probably are not on. Like after this anyway. Oh my God, what did you make that in?
I mean, that was all made. All these videos you see were made back in like 2001. That looks like Robot Chicken Pong. Exactly. See how far ahead of the time I was. Oh, that's too funny.
It looks like Robot Chicken.
Oh, thank you, Philip.
Cool old video. That was from Bottle Caps. And then Philip, cool old video. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no, it's kind of neat to see these old ones. Like I say, this is not something I see it.
Is that copyrighted?
No, that was my own. I did that with loops. I remember that one. That was for a video game called Postal. And the game was real, but I made like a new intro scene. Yeah, and the worst part is the music sounds like it's coming through from the mic, but it literally sounds that way.
Hello, Reese's Mill Off-Road Adventure, just coming off the Sane Auto. Thank you. Sane Auto is going to be on next Friday, by the way.
Great channel.
Friday? Yes, Friday. Oh yeah, our Greek is Greek designs. 99% of my old stuff is lost. They're on VHS or jazz drives, and could save only 300 animations because they were ported to my old website. Now they're on my channel, but need some TLC. Yeah, it's hard, especially for those older stuff to be saved like that.
Oh God, yeah. Ah, my God, tonight is just nothing but one copyright after another. God, I didn't realize I used so much copyrighted music back then. How the hell did they ever let me pass?
Welcome back, Crazy Russian.
Oh. Okay. Here, who wants a great example of what old Flash videos look like? Oh my God, this is as the period of the early 2000s as it gets. Oh, I forgot you made this. And this was the cool part. You could click and have a pop-up menu. All the noises, nothing practical, everything full of moving, flashing backgrounds. I even use this for my own website. There's the animated sound bars down here. My old telephone number. Yeah. I can't believe this is still. Oh, this links to Kraft Foods Canada. I guess I just needed some links. The other one links to billclinton.org. McDonald's. God, I was really on a food kick. And the last one to Bombardier. Well, there you go. Then you can shut off the music. Yeah, that's as 80s as it gets. Not 80s. Well, yeah, I guess either way. Anyways, it was
Good.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I almost forgot you were there for a minute.
Oh my God.
That was a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, I'm just at the same time just viewing the updates again on YouTube. Yeah. You see, like for example, there was a question yesterday, I think, or the day before, about when does the channel gets approved for monetization, and I just was reading the latest update from a day ago, that although they are reviewing them all at the same time, they prioritize those with the bigger views and watch time.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody's surprised by it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Don't like it, but it is what it is. It sucks.
So yeah. So keep doing it, they say. Keep creating, keep growing it, and eventually it's going to be your turn too. So that's
Does anyone call you just crazy?
Oh, for Crazy Russian Official, yeah. Philip Cockermaster started on YouTube in 2006. There wasn't copyright permission issues back then. Well, that started just recently.
Well, yeah, that's like even those videos that I made. Like, I mean, no teacher had a problem with me using like Aussie and all the stuff. You were in school, and nobody I had it up on YouTube. Nobody freaked later on when it was up there, because I was like you when it first came out. I made like I put up some of my work more as a portfolio thing. It's really changed.
Years later, they started to send me copyright notices on some of my videos. Times have changed, though, and the algorithms are fast. Yeah.
Well, the algorithms are fast, and my personal opinion, I've said it before, and I'm not a tinfoil hat kind of guy, but the AI is growing faster and more complex than the engineers were ready for. And it's not like it's taking over the world or anything, but it is branching out in the ways. And I believe the engineers are spending most of their time playing catch up with it, just for it to find a new way, a new pattern, a new stuff that they have to try and crack right after it again. So I think it's always going to pretty much be in that area.
Things change pretty fast, Crazy Russian Official. Yeah.
Yeah. They do.
We just gotta play by the rules, as Healers and Heathens Neil said. We just gotta adjust and keep playing by the
They're
rules.
not going to change for us. So if we want to be onto it, we just got to roll with the punches. And I'm putting my stuff back to work on the motorcycle, Vin. There you go. Get the dirt bike running. Saturday nights are so chill. Kind of do these things that we usually have. That's what I kind of like, is just kind of sitting around for a little bit. It's nice of the week, and we got lots, going on, and we got great guests. Well, tonight we had great guests. I mean, couldn't ask for better. Actually, it was. But there's also this part of the time too, where it's just more relaxed with you guys and not just kind of hanging out. It's pretty cool.
Also, by the way, I'm still reading about the updates. There is newly updated analytics tabs on YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, it has a more extended view of click-through rate and impressions, which actually gives more understanding of how each of your videos are performing. So if you haven't checked that yet, check it out, because it definitely is beneficial if you're paying attention to analytics, for sure. Just added in last week, by the way. So. Bottle Caps is fairly new Honda motocross 450, lots of horsepower and a crazy stunt man. Speaking of dirt bikes, I'm going to be trying to upload a video tomorrow by Reese's. I'll be about my lifted Honda Recon, my friend's stock Recon, and a couple of dirt bikes. Oh, cool! Check it out.
That is really cool.
Philip Cochran, yes, I agree. Rick Cornell, I've talked about this a few weeks ago. Agreed to what? Sorry, to playing by the rules. I'm assuming. Yes. Let's watch the green coconut sponge cake video again. That was yesterday. That was yesterday, and I can't even send you guys to go and check it because it's not there. Thankfully, or not, I don't know.
It's too funny.
Oh yeah, I'm just very interested in new updates here. That's why, sorry. Lots of new updates coming up for easier use of YouTube Studio. Bulk actions, some of them are already available. Headlines with useful tips for your popular videos. And they're going to implement a new first version of new video editor and trimming functionality within the YouTube. That's great for somebody who's using Movie Maker. They won't have to do that. Just do it right in YouTube. That's amazing, though.
I just knew that he was going to bring up those cakes tonight. I knew. I think we even said it this afternoon at some point.
Yeah.
Bottle Caps, you're one of a kind. Don't ever change. Don't let anybody ever change you. You're amazing just the way you are. Oh my God.
Hello, friends. I'm back from Susie. Welcome back. We're just chilling out.
We're just talking about you.
Yeah, the devil's called.
Well, I should say Bottle Caps was just talking about you. You really made a big impression on him last night.
Yeah, we just started.
There. Hey, Susie, look at He's so funny. Benjamin, welcome. The man that makes everybody smell good. I think that's a pretty good introduction, don't you think?
Yes, hi, Benjamin. Rick was talking about the algorithm being out of control. Well, yeah, I mean, everything comes with updates. The same as all the live streams now booting you know, buffering and people have been booting out of them and all that. They are updating. That's a major company with a lot of content, updating, you know, their things. Obviously, there's going to have glitches. I think sometimes we tend to perceive things as, well, they're always kind of there and they're for us. But at the end of it all, it's business, not our business, by the way.
It sucks, and it's just lucky that we do have a platform to put our work up onto. I'm not trying to stand up for them. Once again, it's got nothing to do with that. I guess it's just the way it's just accepting the way it is. You know, there's some things in life you can change, and just other things you got to kind of throw your hands on and say, well, I guess that's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, this is just one of those things, you know. But it could be worse.
Well, exactly.
You know, we just could have nowhere. Hope as we're lucky right now. It's not like we're at a point where we got to pay $20.95 a month or whatever monetary number to be able to put videos up. So it's not perfect, but just kind of is what it is.
I like the Studio Beta. I'm trying this out now here, the YouTube Studio Beta, and it actually has much friendlier interface here. I don't know if you guys are using it or not, but I would say as a first look into it, go check it out. YouTube Studio Beta.
Beta. Because I know you're doing the Latvian pronunciation. I'm just telling.
Beta.
There you go.
Not like a beat, but beta.
That's right.
So go check it out, and maybe you like it better than the classic version. I kind of started liking it though. It's more, I think, phone. If you're one of those people who use a more phone for editing your channel and things like that, that's probably more friendly for you too. It looks like it's more geared for that. Okay. Quite cool. Oh, and then you can easily switch back and forth from the classic view to the studio. How is it? Beta?
Beta.
Beta. I'm just going to say it 100 more times wrong.
That doesn't work very well.
No.
That's strange.
Susie, did you really think my cheeseburger video was like food porn? It was glorious. Answered by Susie Channel.
Oh, what did I miss?
Well, I think they're, you know, that we matched them yesterday, so now they're.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
What is that?
That's a slot machine I made. We were talking about director. I had to go and install a Shockwave 8.5. I had to go look for it just to get it to work. Yeah. Back then, those things had glitches. Oh my God.
I have a creeping suspicion that YouTube has purposely used an overly aggressive AI as a pretense for having an excuse for purging unwanted channels and saving money amid the apocalypse. I don't really think they care about the channels that they have a couple thousands on them. Guys, honestly, they have, you know, channels that have tens of millions of views and supporters and generate so much money, and that's what they care about, and that's where they choose where they let stuff through, as we already know, you know, and when they don't. Do you really think they care about people that have 1,000 or, you know, 10,000 even supporters? They don't. It's just pennies for them.
It's not so much a conspiracy. I know it is, and I mean, part of it, they're just there to please advertisers. I believe if there's any conspiracy, was the thing that happened with PewDiePie, and the advertisers were waiting for that moment to really take it to YouTube. Not so much because they were offended by the content, because more they wanted to drop the price and the rates.
Yeah, and I mean, PewDiePie is big, so that matters to them, right? So that's why they call Hoopla, or the famous brothers there.
Yeah.
But us or any of our community, do you really think they care?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's
Bottle
just,
caps. I like the way she says it.
That's right.
Of course.
Better. Better.
There's a store better.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did PewDiePie really dirty. Yeah, but he didn't suffer from it at the end anyway. Yes, they canceled their show, and I think the other guy, his friend there, that they were going to do it. Chris is going to kill me. I can't remember his name. Jacksepticeye. Yeah. Jacksepticeye suffered probably from it more because he lost the show and he has less supporters than PewDiePie. But PewDiePie really didn't suffer too much from it.
Well, he didn't suffer, but he did. I mean, he lost his show too. They took away his second season. That was almost all completely edited. It was supposed to be out on YouTube Red. He lost the money from that. He did get screwed over onto it.
Some, yeah.
But I mean, I think it earned him back some brownie points for these original followers.
Yes, definitely.
It brought back some integrity to him that I think was starting to slip away a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be getting too, overly dramatic about content that is in your video or what you're commenting or,
You just
really
have to play by the rules and hope they don't change the rules tomorrow. The sad part is, Philip, they're going to. It's going to change and it's going to revolve. And just even now, like I think of that as now we're really starting to make some progress. So we're getting a lot better at looking at, reaching a monetization chances soon. A lot sooner than we thought. I'm thinking, how long before they change it again? Just before I get there. So same, I lost 9 at the same time.
Well, because you can't create content in order to, as an aim, having a YouTuber life. No, it's not that we missed that train. Wanted me to be honest.
Yeah.
You wanted to be YouTuber for life. You had to jump on a couple of years ago. Now, because then it was more of a fluke kind of thing.
Yeah, but there wasn't also as much competition as there is today. That's like the bands in the 50s when they started playing and then getting noticed. And compared to today, I mean, there's so many to compete from that it's, or if you want to be a hockey player, if you want to be a basketball player, if you want to be a golfer, if you want to be a movie actor, the competition is so stiff today. Anything like this, and yes, YouTube at first had a little bit better of a chance because there wasn't so many. It was a bit easier to stand out, and there was less rules to play by. But now it's not an easy game. Same with us. Our main goal was getting monetized. I'd love for the things to take off, and we'd be, doing it for years. But mostly it's just to help our business for people to notice us more when they go searching, looking for video or photography in Montreal. I heard the same from other people. I guess YouTube went and removed them. Who knows?
Nobody removes manually anything from people, again, who has hundreds or thousands, a couple of thousands of subscribers. It's AI. Sometimes it's just a glitch. Sometimes it's just automatically by whatever reason. Nobody goes manually and checks your subscriptions.
Yeah.
As much as we want to be all important for YouTube, we are not unless we earn them a lot of money. And even when we do get monetized, as when we have a couple thousand, it's still not enough to matter. So, sorry. So keep doing what you're doing and enjoy what you're doing. And if you succeed and start to earn money enough for you to survive through without doing anything else, it's great and I'm happy for you. But it's not it can't be the goal because it's a long way to it. Also, remember, people are monetizing stuff. Not AdSense is very little. Merch, your super chat, donations, PayPal links, all that gives more money than AdSense will ever will. So put that in if you really want to earn money and try to do it through those. You can put it in even before your channel gets monetized officially. There are other ways of doing it. So.
Yep. 100%. It's mostly kids watching on
Logan Paul.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the same as, once again, like music or anything. I mean, look, he's like a Justin Bieber on YouTube, and that's what the young people are going to go to. Whatever, I'm 44. If I hate it, chances are they're going to love it. That's just the nature of the beast.
He came from Vine, which was mostly taken over
Yeah.
by kids. So
Yeah,
obviously
exactly.
Vine closed, and they
Yep.
came to YouTube, and that's
All
where
those
their
ones,
audience
Rice
came.
Gum, all these ones like that. It's all the same story. You know, it's kids addicts.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But as we've been going through it, and everybody here, like in this rush to get new subscribers and stuff like that, we're ending up on all kinds of channels we never thought we'd end up before. We found all you guys, and I mean, there's some really great channels here. But I mean, I don't know how many times I get on a young person's channel and I'll hear them say, like, it's a vlog about how happy they are that Logan Paul did this or that, and it bewilders me because I don't know how anybody could stand to watch him for 2 seconds. But I guess in the end, that's the secret to what makes pop music or pop culture work, is if we don't like it. They'll always be the ones that make the money on it. They're making a killing. I'm not standing up for them. I'm just saying, just once again, it's the way it goes.
Yeah, and I mean it's a usual thing between the generations. The same as they think what we are watching is stupid.
Yeah.
And the same as our parents thought what we were watching on TV is stupid. It's just the same thing. So can't judge it by that. It's different audiences for different channels. So just same as it was on TV. Not all the channels and programs were meant for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Black Star drama generates views, definitely.
Yeah, but as I say, drama is what makes people come.
Mm-hmm.
Content is what makes them stay.
Yeah.
So if you want it to work for long term, then content will be that stays. And even with Logan Paul's situation, content still made them stay. No matter how stupid you think it is, for those kids, it's the content that made them stay.
That's the content they're looking for.
So it applies to everybody. Drama is short term.
Yep. Reese says, I can't monetize because I'm not 18, but once I reach 18, who knows, I might be ready to actually be able to monetize with you. For sure.
Exactly.
Why not? You'll have a good base down, everything's set to go, so it's definitely something to keep going. I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but his vlogs can be quite engaging at times.
Well, exactly.
Yep. I mean, that's the whole point. If they weren't, he wouldn't have it. Like Xenia said, he'd have the first 2 or 3 videos that would go through the roof, and the rest would be dwindling off, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. It is the content, exactly.
Yeah. He's got, there was a lot of marketing went behind it, the same as like boy bands and stuff like that. There's tons of people behind the scenes. Sometimes, by the way, he was doing stuff, it looks like not enough when they were needed. But I mean, he was groomed to get where he was. Don't forget, too, the Disney stuff and everything else all helps as well.
Oh, yeah. An ex-Viner with Disney backup.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty much guaranteed.
Geared towards kids. It's like a perfect mix.
Take this into adult terms. Go look at Casey Neistat going to Twitch. How many people are going to Twitch that have never played a video game in their life? I've known, probably said to themselves, what is a Twitch, in that form, and now they're gone over there. He doesn't, and Twitch doesn't care. They don't care if you know a thing about games or if you're on Twitch just to catch Casey Neistat. And Casey Neistat knows that whatever he does, he's going to have a large group of people following him like sheep. So, I mean, he went over there to watch him play. I know he games a bit here and there, but I don't think he's exactly hardcore, but people will go, people will watch because it's Casey Neistat, And even that, like, I don't want to knock all the big guys. I know there's a lot of that going around lately, like this hate towards the big ones. And guys, like, yeah, like Jake Paul, I do a bit more just because he had all the backing of Disney and stuff like that, and it's more of the broadcast side of me. But even that, I mean, that's the way it goes. And Peter McKinnon's a guy who I consider worked himself up, and now he's getting a lot of recognition and some crap on him. But hey, he started like we did. The guy went around, he had a job. He took video and photography of magicians for 7 years. Started putting up a bit of his work, and he did a couple of tutorials that we got some reviews and other blogs and stuff, and that's how he took off. He got his first $1 million in 9 months, I think it was. but it's not like it was handed to him. He worked for it. So there's still room for people who want to work for it as well.
Just keep creating, people. That's what it's all about. Or should be.
Yes, exactly, Blackstar. Like, even if we were to do this for a while and it does continue to be something for us, I would myself like to go on Twitch a bit and do a bit more of.
Yeah, we
less
have it.
modern
We
one.
have registered with Twitch. Just gotta, gotta figure it out. I guess we just started live streams on YouTube to begin with, so.
Mhm.
But
And there's only
yeah,
so much room in a day, you know. Like, we're still kind of building an audience and building up engagements. We've been talking about with you guys and stuff. So, but you never know what will happen down the road. What do you guys think about 368? I think honestly, it's. I don't believe it's a big integrity thing. I believe he's capitalizing and he's doing like a Team 10 thing, like Jake Paulman did. He's doing it on his own, and he will help them grow. If he is under their thumb, they if they're under his thumb, excuse me, I mean, they have a very good chance of succeeding. It depends what level of success they'll reach, but they're definitely going to do a lot better than they did on their own. But I'm curious how much of the pie he'll own into it. And hey, if somebody signs up and says, I want to give up 30, 20, 60% or whatever because I want to get big, it's like anything else, once again, where you got the music business, everything we talked about worked the same way. I don't know. I don't think he's doing it as a savior or anything like that. And most people that do anything like these things helping, they're not saviors. They got a personal agenda, and so be it. Logan Paul and whoever his other brother, Jake Paul is, I've heard they're just a big joke. I don't know what people even watch them. PewDiePie, he reminds me too much of Chicken.
yeah. Interesting thing about PewDiePie, our son was watching it years ago.
Yeah.
Started because he was watching at the same time with Decepticon. And now he's not watching it. He doesn't like him. But we kind of got back to it.
Yeah.
We weren't watching it when he was watching it. It was too gaming directly related and more for kids.
I thought he was an idiot.
Yeah, but now just his
I get his
jokes
humor. He's got a
his
very
humor
dark
is
side.
kind of quirky.
Yeah.
368 seems quite random to me. I like better that old lady vlog, but he's Casey, so he will watch no matter what. Well, exactly. That's what I was saying yesterday.
Exactly.
It's a personality brand. It's a brand called Casey Neistat. Whatever else is there is just an add-on. So it doesn't matter if it's 368 or it's 222 or whatever you want to call it. At the end, it's Casey Neistat. So obviously, those people are going to gain views because it's attached to him. No surprise.
It sells. He's just going to put his name on stuff. He's at that level of stardom, if you will, into it.
And good for him. Why not?
Yep. I mean, he started off with nothing, and he worked his way up. I'm just careful not to start hating on it. If I'm going to have a problem with that, I'd rather have a problem with their content rather than just for the sake that they're big, which I start to see coming around more and more sometimes. And I mean, what happens tomorrow if one of us are just as big? They were in our position at one time too, and then people are going to hate on us because we exploded. Not meaning us directly; it could be any one of you guys.
I love Casey. Well, yeah, we watched Casey a lot before he jumped to CNN, and then kind of it slowed down there, and we watch it, but not as regular as we used to.
I don't mind him making money from stuff. I'm having a lot of issues lately with his credibility. Not that he's doing anything like evil.
Mm-hmm.
It seems kind of forced right now.
I think he's lost a little bit there.
Yeah.
Because the old format doesn't work anymore because it's just way too many creators like that popping up. And I mean, it's still going to generate money for him, but just because of the amount of, the hype around his name and amount of supporters and stuff. But him as a creator, I think he's struggling because he's trying to come up with something new, and it is hard. It's hard to make a bicycle out of the already made bicycle.
Yeah, and that's a fine point to make, Benjamin, as well. He says, like he said that he unsubscribed from a lot of the big ones because he wants to support small. And that's there's nothing wrong in doing that. That's the same as some people who who stop shopping at Walmart because they want to support mom and pop stores. It's a very admirable thing, and I I commend you for doing it. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's a very valid reason for doing it. I mean, everybody has their own right to make their own decision, and I mean, I support what you're saying for you because that's that's what your way of doing it, and good for you. I just meant there's some unneeded hate, which I think is sometimes some fueled with jealousy. Some things I'm hearing. They don't owe us anything because they got big, because they actually had, sometimes even you can think of it, some of the newer ones that are big now. And I know we keep bringing up Peter McKinnon, but he's just such a good example of a lot of these things. Because the guy's only been around fully for not even 2 years. So it's not like he started in the heyday where everybody was just begging for any kind of content to watch. And because of the apocalypse, really, we're luckier because we can go and solicit a lot more subscribers. Because up until that, I was always scared to ask anybody in a channel, do you think you can come check mine out? Because a lot of times the owner of that channel would just go and flag you. They would see it as you're cripping out on their people. So it was very hard to get noticed. Now we kind of have like a bit of a green light to work into, to go and ask people, hey, I'm making this stuff. Do you want to come check it out? And
yeah, Benjamin, that's exactly that's what I thought you were talking about, that there's limit of subscriptions you can have.
Yeah.
So obviously,
yeah.
rather unsubscribe for the bigger ones. You can still search them if you want to watch because you remember their names, and instead give your subscription count to the smaller ones. Yeah, it's exactly.
I watched Philip. I watched Casey, didn't know what not to do.
Well, Buckstar Gaming has a great eye for talent. Yes and no. Once again, how many then are not picked? We only see the ones that get picked, but what about the ones that don't? Those are in the majority. It's his name that makes it a talent. Oftentimes, not always. I agree. There's a lot of talent that he picked up. And lots of people that he has featured, like even the same Peter McKinnon. I mean, not that he owes everything to him, but collaborations with Casey definitely helped him, and
it helped Casey too, because Casey's not stupid, and he's seen the way Peter was shooting up, and people were starting to. I don't think it's fair to kind of compare them. I think they have two very different styles.
Definitely.
But people were starting to, and I mean, Casey's not stupid. He's seen this guy really kind of starting to jump up in the world, and he jumped on with him. He wasn't too big of a man to say, oh, I'm the big guy in campus and I don't need anybody to. He's seen the writing and thought, wow, I better get connected with this guy and try and get more relevant. It was very smart. They might get along great as friends. I don't know. I'm not with them, but even if they're not fully, it was in Casey Neistat's best interest to pair up with him and be a part of it than be left behind. Even though he has a ton more subscribers, I mean, things can change in a minute. And for Peter McKinnon, it was like a win-win because he gets a lot more views, a lot more subscribers, and it elevates him because you have like one of the biggest personalities on YouTube saying, wow, I really like this guy. So it was a win for both of them.
Yeah, ball caps. We watched him too, and exactly his older stuff I enjoy more than his newer one. Now he seems lost as a creator. Really, honestly,
it feels forced. That's what I'm having trouble with. Where it didn't feel forced before. I find he's struggling to have an identity. Sorry.
Yeah, and we have seen the CEO Patreon videos. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was all premeditated, right, guys? You know that it wasn't a call out to Casey and all of a sudden he took him in, like it was planned out. So but it's nevertheless, it's all good. Creating is good. It's good, and everybody struggles with creativity no matter how big or small they are. So
if tomorrow one of those guys that we just mentioned messaged you and said, hey, I would love to do a collab, we would be there on the next flight because we know what it would do for our channel. There's nothing wrong in doing that. And lots of musicians have been found that way too. I mentioned Colin James, one of my favorite Canadian musicians, and he was found by Keith Richards. and he ended up going on tour with them, opening for them. Like, everybody needs those kind of breaks, and sometimes you're just not lucky enough to be chosen. It's not that you don't have good content. It's not that you didn't do all the right things that YouTube buddy told you to do. You just fell in the mix, and it's a sad part of reality. And I always use the expressions, how many times have you been walking down the street and seen a musician playing on the side of the street for change? You listen to him and think, this guy is better than anybody I've ever heard on the radio. But he just, he missed that audition that he was supposed to get to that 3 years ago. His buddy got called up, who's half the musician he is, and because he knew a friend in there. I mean, there's a million reasons why the other guy became popular and he wasn't. It's not just because of talent. It's a lot of luck, the right place. That's just my opinion onto it.
That's so true, Happy Canadian says.
Yeah, hey, welcome, Happy Canadian, by the way.
Getting inspiration from a big YouTube is fine, though. That is what I think. Benjamin Bellcaps, nobody's channel stays the same over a period of time. It's always learning and creating. Of course.
Otherwise, then you're really screwed. If you're doing the same thing you've been doing 4 years in a row, and you're going to fail at some stuff. And Casey's a great example of that. Like, look at Beam when he sold off and went to CNN. That did not work out.
For him, it did work out.
Well, yeah, it did work out. Yeah, for that
CNN, probably not so
But
much.
for his YouTube career, it didn't do as much. But you got to take chances.
I was too busy seeing how he edited the video to pay attention to what the video was about.
Yes.
I don't have a Patreon anyways. No, we don't. We neither. Exactly. I think maybe it was meant like that too. It's funny though. No, but you're right. It's oftentimes when we go and watch other people's videos, it's not only for content, but also to see and oftentimes learn how are different ways of doing things, editing or telling the story, or, how to start the video or what to end it with. Like, there's so much to learn, even from the channels that are not dedicated editors. There's still a lot to learn, for creativity and for doing YouTube to begin with, I think.
I mean, I'm just looking, like, we're sitting here, we're having an engaging conversation with you guys.
By the way.
Oh, have a great night. Thanks for coming.
Wish I could hang with you a little longer.
Well, we're glad to have you for when you came.
I'm back on Monday.
Yes. We're having an engaging conversation. I mean, I know we're not top of the charts, so we're still growing our channel and live stream. And then I'm just looking on the live recommendations, and live, pregnant feral cat Chloe about to give birth. And it's got 4.6 thousand views. 4.6 thousand people are watching live for a cat to give birth, which is mostly likely.
They're going to all jump over to there now. No, don't. Why did you tell them? No, we're going to lose them now. They want to see the pregnant cat.
Anyways, God. What I was going to say is, on top of that, is probably some pre-recorded video that's on OBS that will run for 7 hours. Probably not even show it, but it just shows you sometimes what draws you in. I can't get over that.
Well, in the meantime, I can tell you that our video views the most come from Kiss Weenie Roast. That's interesting.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm still looking at our analytics, and the most views comes from Kiss Weenie Roast video, suggested video. That's also interesting. I sometimes wonder, how do they put the suggested videos? By what? How do our lives, for example, become suggested for that? I don't know. You watched it on your phone.
What, the cat?
I guess.
Who's
so,
that?
How many kittens? There's a pregnant cat that needs my attention. Yeah. Maybe it needs your paramedic skills. Ball caps.
She's still talking about you being a paramedic. She was talking about that.
I was very impressed, by the way, yesterday when you said that you have been paramedic for 30 years. I was saying to, and look how often you come up with that in our conversations. I was saying to Andrew that I was really impressed, and how hard it must have been, like the stuff that you have seen over the years doing that. I can only imagine, or not. It's really admirable. The woman takes in feral cats, and these are some. Okay, well, thank you for choosing us at the same time as the feral cat.
Yeah.
We appreciate that you're watching us both at the same time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know, it's hard to compete with that content.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not feral, neither cats, so I don't know. I'm going to get a world map and frame it. After it's framed, I'll be hung in on the wall.
Well, I'll take push pins and stick them where my supporters are located.
Maybe rent your back. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's a very, very good idea. You could use that in your live streams, by the way. By the way, for those of you who doesn't know, Reasonable Off-Road Adventure just started live streaming yesterday, and it went really well. Lots of call outs and things like that. And a projector. They have projector. So yeah, but that's a great idea for your live streams. You could do for sure. The voice button on my phone's messing up my wording. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. Every mother is a paramedic. How many scraped knees and broken bones and crappy pants have you dealt with? Well, you're sweet, honey, but I don't. I mean, yes, but I'm pretty sure you have seen more crazier than that. But it's very sweet of you, though.
This one, yeah, this replied comment is incorrect. Hey there, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome. I love that show. Yeah, it was a gaming. I was trying to remember your full content, but I remember the name right away. I don't know how you guys come up with. Yeah, I don't know how you guys come up with these names sometimes.
By the way, a question for you. What is it with YouTube gaming category? As far as I understand, it's a completely separate world, so to say. Are you part of that, or are you part of regular YouTube? Because I know they have a dedicated kind of category for it. Just interesting. Got your back incorrect. Was something in what I said, but I don't. Me not compute.
There you go.
The first aid basics I learned in HS came in handy, but yeah, the shocks I've had as a parent do not cover the injuries I've seen in the textbooks used to paratraining. Yeah, I think this bottle cap just being sweet tonight for some reason. Maybe it's Susie yesterday, I don't know. How is everyone doing this evening? Noodle be finally. Good night, friends. I'm sleepy, heading off to bed. Nice visiting with you. Well, hi. Thank you for chiming into the chat. Where were you earlier?
But thank you for coming by.
Come again on Monday, 8 p.m.
Oh.
Aw. We still seated, by the way, and thank you.
Yes.
Much appreciated. So to see some people are hiding. I wish they would come in. It's nothing, you know, we're just chatting, really.
Nobody will bite.
No.
You're amongst friends. It's a safe place.
Well, now you're going to scare them.
Oh, I'm going to scare them. What did you do yesterday? You got to have them terrified.
Well, it wasn't on my channel, and we got the goals reached. That was the main incentive there. Yeah. This is so weird.
What's that?
Oh, this hours between suggested videos.
Yeah.
Hours.
Well, it's interesting. We're at the 3-hour mark now. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, and due to the new policy, it looks like the only first 2 hours are going to be there uploaded after the video ends. So that's what happened yesterday. So nobody is able to see our rant and sexy talk about the Susie's buns because it's cut off.
Susie's coconut cakes.
What happened there stayed there.
Yeah. Benjamin, we're just all bigger YouTubers. Exactly.
Yeah, we were just talking about bigger YouTubers.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, and I don't know. I just don't see. I don't want to have any bitterness towards them. I feel by bite.
It is secret. It's yeah. As I said, in a way, maybe it's good. It's cut off. I wish it would cut off that